Hello, anonymous patrons of the interwebs. I am ClearPearl.
I'm Spacey.
And while we will not go into any further detail, Spacey was telling me how she just ended up in the world's easiest lawsuit.
Yep.
Unfortunately, even though it's the world's easiest lawsuit, it's still not the best thing to just start talking about it online.
No.
So.
No. Yeah, it's one of those things where they're trying to drag it online for everyone to see, and I'm like, listen, we're a business. We can't just, like, put everything online, you weirdo.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. But
basically,
again,
the store was how do I put this? Received an idiot. The store received an idiot complaint.
Received an online accusation that has no
no evidence or backing or anything.
Yeah. And when you post things online,
yeah,
people think that they could just say things online and have no consequences.
I really like reading those posts that go viral on like Yelp of people giving like bad reviews and then like the owners like responding like, here's what actually happened.
And then they'll respond like, no, you're lying. Like, oh, do you have evidence that we are lying?
We have security footage. What do you have?
Yeah, they're like, post the security footage. And I'm like, no. We will deal with that offline, thank you very much. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be spending the next 3 hours level grinding, so.
Yay.
Which is good for me.
At least one of your Pokemon.
I'm very tired.
When are you not tired?
Yes, but here's the thing. I think I might be sick.
Oh no! That sucks.
Well, it's weird. Okay, so I looked up COVID symptoms because I am a responsible human. Wait, where's my lucky egg? Is it armor? No, that's luck and sense. I think I just unequipped it and forgot to give it to someone new.
Probably.
No, someone has it. Who has it? Is it Aeroslayer? No. Is it Blurb? It's Blurb. Okay. I was training Blurb. Okay. That's what I was doing. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
What was I saying before that?
COVID symptoms.
Yes, COVID symptoms. So I was looking at this because I've been feeling sick for like a week now. And so I looked at the symptoms, and on the list are like some minor symptoms that actually did like coincide with what I had.
Yep.
But like all of those symptoms are also things that I could attribute to other things in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
oh yeah, totally.
It's like fatigue, and I'm like, well, I mean, they call me Sleepy ClearPearl for a reason.
Yeah, like there's a reason.
It's like depression. It was like, well, that's a given. Like headaches, like yeah, I mean, those are like that's probably the one I can't explain the most, but like, and then like muscle fatigue was also like, oh yeah, my shoulder's been killing me the last few days, but that's just because my posture sucks. So like,
no, yeah, like it doesn't hurt to get tested. Like literally, I'm sure your insurance company would be happy to stick a fucking Q-tip up your nose.
Yeah, probably.
Like yeah, like I'm pretty sure you could just do it.
Yeah, I might do it, but like I feel better today, so like.
Yeah,
like I've
and
been
like
feeling,
it's probably
like,
just
I just feel like a little sick or whatever, but
yeah, like it's probably just a seasonal thing.
Yeah,
but
also I've been locked inside for 7 months. So
yeah, like I had all those symptoms, and I got tested and it was negative. So like,
stick a Q-tip up your ass. Like I'm sure they'd love to stick a Q-tip up your ass.
I'm pretty sure that would break some social distancing rules that they have to take.
Well, if you wear gloves, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't help.
I mean, they have to wear gloves when they put anything up your butt.
Yes, but, okay, so let me explain the COVID test situation here.
Okay.
You are standing behind a glass wall.
Yeah.
With a little hole in the glass right by where your nose is, so they can stand on the other side.
Oh, that sounds really uncomfortable.
They stand on the other side.
So you press your face up against the glass and they shove a Q-tip up your nose from the little hole?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's actually, like, not that big a deal.
I know, it just seems weird.
Yeah, Yeah, but like, it's got a little hole. It's like a big hole, but like it's still, you know, there's a block. There's a
like
wall.
I don't blame them for being safe when if you're getting a fucking COVID test, chances are you might have COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I don't blame them for being careful. It's just very silly. It's like it's just a funny mental image is what I've got.
Yeah. And then they go, okay, there's enough slime and goober on this Q-tip, so you can leave. They're wearing like full-on, like full-body
hazmat
radioactive hazmat suits. Yeah, but like they're white. They're not like the yellow radioactive ones. They're like it's like multiple things put together to make it look like a hazmat suit. And I'm just okay, yeah.
Well, better than trash bags everyone was wearing in March.
No. But all I know is that the face mask, they like triple up on the face mask. So like there's the regular face mask, and then there's like a second bigger face mask, and then there's like the face shield where it's like like the big thing that covers your entire face. So
there's
what's the word? There's like plastic all over the walls and the floor.
Yeah, they gotta be careful.
They're just replaced it all the time. Yeah, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
There's a funny webcomic I read, where like whenever their characters are outside, they're wearing masks, and their baby is in like a fucking like hazmat suit. And like it's never part of the joke or anything. That's just how they do the comic now.
Oh my god. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where, like, when I read webcomics and see pictures in like movies and stuff, there's a little part of me that goes like, "Why is no one wearing a mask? Like,
why isn't anyone social distancing?"
Yeah, like what are they doing? Oh my god! Great.
Shrek's gonna get COVID.
I have dreams where like everyone, if people aren't wearing a mask, my dream goes, "Wait, that's wrong," and fixes it. So then everyone starts wearing a mask. It's ingrained in my brain.
I haven't gotten that far yet. I did have a funny dream last night, though, where Purple8 had moved, and he was showing his new apartment to me. And I was like, so did you spend $10 on this place? Because, like, the ceilings are, like, 5 feet tall, and I kept bumping my head on stuff.
Squirmy, your link kind of got fucked up.
Getting this half a link up. Anyway, hi, Squirmy. I do.
Also,
speaking of dreams,
cute cloth face masks. They're very nice. Go on Etsy. They're everywhere.
Oh yeah. Speaking of dreams, Squirmy, I dream about Blurp having earthquake every day in my life. It just doesn't fucking happen. I pray and pray, but alas, no earthquake.
Why does Redbubble have fucking commas in their URL? That's so weird. Why would they do that?
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, right? How the fuck they did it?
Huh.
Redbubble, why?
Squirmy, are you posting viruses in our chat?
A face mask that has uwu, please. That'd be hilarious. Watch me
you can live out your weeb dreams.
I'll walk into a courtroom with a fucking uwu mask. Everyone will take me seriously.
Imagine the uwu mask, and then wearing the fogged up anime glasses.
Yeah.
And every time you make a point, you gotta push the glasses up.
So hilariously enough, you might have been there with me. I can't remember. This was like a million years ago. I ended up getting this for Zach. It was glasses. No, never mind. I ordered this on Amazon.
I think you might have told me about it, though. I don't remember.
So they were glasses, like round glasses that were white with literal anime eyes, like over the white glasses. So when you put them on, you look like an anime character. And it was hysterical.
You can live out your dream of being Joker from Persona 5.
No, this was like Moe eyes, like
okay.
Fucking Yuri bullshit.
Joker's the coolest fucking anime character I've ever seen. Like,
he's pretty cool.
And it's like, and this was like before I really ever started watching anime or anything. Like I kind of watched a little bit, but like, then like I saw Joker was announced for Smash, and I was like, I should try Persona 5 out. Everyone says it's good.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of my introduction to like, oh shit, like anime characters could actually be cool.
Yeah.
Usually they're just like, I mean like, like they can like there's like some fun action sequences and stuff that are cool, but like the character design themselves, I don't know, man. Like when I see like I watch, yeah, they're all kind of goofy or whatever. Like with Naruto, they're cool characters, but like their character designs are like fucking Naruto's in an orange jumpsuit. Like
yeah,
you know, like they don't look that cool.
No.
And Sasuke's just an edgelord. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like there can actually be characters that just look cool.
Yeah.
It's a fucking big surprise to me.
Yeah, especially when a lot of anime is like based in high school, and it's like slice of life. So
all these like dorky high schoolers. Well, the thing is like the non like Phantom Thief version of Joker is pretty dorky looking.
Yeah.
But that's on purpose. Like that's
on purpose. He just looks like a doofus.
He's a fucking doofus.
with his glasses and his messy hair. I can't believe that like everyone looked at this guy and was immediately like, he's a criminal. Like they didn't even doubt it. I'm like, dude, like, just because you heard a rumor.
I think it's because he's quiet and doesn't defend himself.
Yeah, I suppose.
They're like, I heard he like killed a guy, and he's just like, whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't even care.
Like, I don't give a shit. I'm only here for a year. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's what I liked about Joker, was even from the beginning of the game, he's like, I know that what I did was right, so like, whatever. And
I tried to stop a woman from getting raped, so.
Yeah, all of his friends are like, oh my god, that's so awful, how do you handle it? He's just kind of like, whatever. I know that what I did was fine.
I don't care, because I'm only gonna be here for a year.
Yeah. Whatever.
God forbid, like these random high schoolers think I'm a bad guy. Like, who cares? I also think it's really funny, like when you play the game to a point where you're like the smartest kid in class, and everyone's just like, really, that guy? He's at the top of the list. Are you serious? I thought he was a terrible person, but he has to study at some point, right?
Yeah, right.
Did he cheat?
Imagine caring that much about another person. I never understood that, like why rumors happen in like high school and stuff. Like I never cared that much about another person.
I know, but like people just get super dramatic in high school, and I think it's part of it's probably because you're stuck in the same building all day.
Yeah.
Like it's probably
people are still dramatic.
Yeah, but in high school it's like an incubator for drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what's
like you're all stuck in the same fucking building all day, and everyone hates life because they have to do homework and shit. And
you know what's also an incubator for drama?
Hormones as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All these idiot teenagers who don't know how life works, but their brains are saying that they should kill themselves. You know.
Incubator for drama. Guess where another incubator for drama is.
Drama club.
My fucking shop is an incubator.
Oh, yeah,
drama.
That's true.
Every week, my fiance comes home with a new story of some drama that's happening, and I'm just like, why do you enjoy this job? And he's like, oh, you know, it's not that common, and it's whatever, it's not a big deal, and you know, it's worth it, it's still fun.
Look, and he's the guy with the popcorn in the corner.
It's true, usually he is.
It's like, oh shit, this is going, like, hang on guys, can you put a pause on this conversation real quick? I need a refill.
It's more annoying because he like has to care about it.
Yeah, like you're making a scene in the story, you gotta stop. But
yeah,
I don't give a shit what you do, just take it outside.
Oh my god. Like we're going into lockdown tomorrow, and like both of us are just kind of like, thank God. I swear to God, people have nothing else better to do than just be offended by literally everything.
Well, how
it's insane.
How often is it like a teenager?
Never.
Never? It's like the adults?
Never. It's the adults.
Oh, wow. Because, like...
This accuser
I'd
is
imagine
30.
it's just like the... Oh, wow.
Fighting over a Pokemon card.
I wanted the Pokemon card!
Yeah.
I can't just order it online.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone's kind of arguing. It's like,
They're
if you're
like,
pissed
really?
off, just order it online.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just take your business elsewhere. There's a million
Take your
stores that
business
probably
elsewhere.
have
We
it.
don't want people who whine and cry.
It's like
Come on.
Like
It's a Pokemon card.
There's one fucking card. Some guy in front of you wanted it. Fucking calm down.
Yeah, he was trying to argue that, like, he was the one next in line, but there was...
Well, I also remember that fucking argument when we were kids and you wanted the Umbreon that badly.
Yeah, but you know what? I was 8.
Yeah, I know! That's why I brought it up. We were children.
Oh my god.
I pulled the Umbreon and you were mad because that pack should have been yours, but it wasn't. It was mine.
I was 8.
And I was like, fuck you, it's my Umbreon.
I was a horrible child. I was a horrible child.
And then I hid the Umbreon because I was convinced you were gonna steal it, and then I forgot where I hid it.
I probably tried to steal it, knowing me.
That's why I hid it. I thought you were gonna steal it.
You were totally in the right there.
And I remember, like, years later, I was just, like, looking at your Pokemon card collection and went, wait a minute, some of these cards are mine!
No, what was even funnier about that situation, I remember a distinct situation where I stole a Pidgeot from you.
Yeah.
And I put it in my binder. And you found it. And you were like, this Pidgeot looks familiar. Like, is this mine? And I was like, no. And you were like, oh, okay.
This is, by the way, for anyone watching the stream right now, this is the same bitch that when I was 5, we were playing Pokemon, the card game, and I wasn't very good at reading yet because I was 5. And so I asked my sister, the person I trust most in the world.
My very kind 7-year-old.
My 7-year-old sister. I say, like, what does this card say? And she replied, oh, that's Hitmonlee. It says you have to be at least 7 years old to use this card. And I was like, oh, man.
I wish that I remembered that. I really wish I had that memory.
I will never forget that.
It's hysterical every time you say it. I really wish I remembered it. Holy shit.
And then you wonder why Mom thought you were the troublemaker most of the time.
Yeah, I was that brutal.
You were mean to the little bro, and she was the little sibling growing up, so she knew the struggle. What she didn't know was the struggle of the older sister getting blamed for everything.
Yep. Not at all.
I remember one time, I'm trying to remember the exact scenario, but, like, I think, like, I had taken a shower and, like, didn't put my towel up right. Do you remember that? Because, like, our mom got upset with us because she was like, who didn't hang up their towel right? You got water all over the floor. And I was like, I don't remember doing that, which was true. But you were like, I didn't do that because that was also true. And my mom was like, well, someone had to do it, and I'm pretty sure it was you, Spacey. And I was like, yeah! And I was pretty sure it was you, too, because I don't remember doing it.
Oh my god!
And then, like, a day later, I was like, wait a minute, I think that was me. I didn't defend you or anything, but...
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't remember.
Just like, I'm pretty sure I just accidentally got away with framing my sister for something.
Yeah, that happened. That happened a few times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't think I ever intentionally got you in trouble.
Well, you did when I deserved it.
That's not the same thing. You got you in trouble, and I told on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not the same thing.
Yeah. I think that's why, Mom's rule of enforcing, like, don't hit each other went so well was because I knew that you would tattle as soon as I did anything.
I was a huge fucking tattletale growing up, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, you have slighted me personally. You're going down.
And then you would run to Mom crying.
I'll see you in hell.
I like poked you or something, and you just start bawling your eyes out.
And then around like 5th grade or so, I finally learned that crying about literally everything was not like,
the best thing.
Well, it's not something that you know people approve of very much, and so I decided to never cry again.
Yeah.
I work in extremes.
Grader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a couple of fits in middle school.
Cry.
I had a couple of fits in middle school, and then I never cried again.
I have kind of realized that with my probable autism, I have sensory overload.
Yeah.
Which is why I have a complete mental breakdown at least once a year. Every single year of my life.
Your fucking anxiety by itself is enough to overwhelm you.
Yeah. So, like, my anxiety overwhelms my own sensory overload. It's already overloaded, and it overloads the sensory overload, and then I just start bawling my eyes out.
Well, that's what dogs are for.
Yeah. So, hilariously enough, I was thinking about this and realizing that I masked. I had a mask over my true self a lot more than I thought I did in terms of socializing. And I haven't had a mental breakdown this year despite the COVID stress. Because you know what I haven't been doing?
Talking to
being
people.
Around people.
Yeah. Oh, this year's been great for my social anxiety.
Like, literally, I have not had a breakdown this year because I haven't been around people. So that, like, confirms that it's like a sensory overload social thing. And, you know, people just piss me off all the time.
Yeah.
Like people are just they frustrate me so much. Like, they make a big deal out of things that don't matter.
I know.
And then they inflict and project that pain onto me because I dared to exist in that situation.
And it's something that, like, I've learned as I've gotten older that, like, you know, a lot of stuff that people make big deals over just don't fucking matter. But at the same time, like, if they are making a big deal over it, maybe it's something you don't understand. So just give them the fucking, like, if they're like, oh my god, like, you said something that offends me, and I'm like, all right, sorry, I didn't know. It's just like, that's the end of the conversation. I don't argue back like, sorry, I don't like go like, oh my god.
How dare I say so? I'll just never talk again.
Yeah, like, I can't believe you would call me out like that for something that isn't even bad or whatever. Like, no, just fucking apologize, move on, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is this really worth getting worked up over? No, not really.
No, not really.
Like the other day, actually, you were here for part of this. When I supposedly said a slur on the stream, my friend called me out on it, and after the stream, I messaged him like, "What the fuck word did I say?" And he told me the word, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even really know that was a slur." So
oh, okay. So
yeah, and so I was like, I won't say it anymore on stream. So like, all right.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make a fucking big deal over it. Like, I can't believe.
Did you? I didn't know. Did you say it, or was it from the game?
I said it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I called a character something mean.
Ah, okay.
And thinking it was just a normal insult, when it was actually a homophobic slur.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too busy, like, yelling over you to, like, know what you were saying.
I was like, I didn't realize this was a slur. I just...
yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, Stormy. That's not racist because it's true. Being an American probably is an insult at this point.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's not a slur because, we deserve it.
I feel that. Like, when people make jokes about white people, I'm usually like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, literally, there's no
point I know white people. That's how we are.
There's no point in being worked up over being called, like, white or American or anything, because nothing about that has been used against us in any situation ever.
I've never gone to a restaurant and people have been like, no white people.
Yeah. Nobody's been like, you can't get this job because your name is too white. Like, well, that's just...
Here's the thing. I have felt slated a couple of times in, like, job interviews and stuff because they specify, like, we're looking for diversity or whatever, and I'm like, well, fuck. I'm a straight white guy, so...
yeah. But then there's, like, a million other jobs that you can apply
like, it's annoying, but, like, whatever.
Right.
Like, if this is the worst fucking thing that straight white guys to deal with, is that there's too many other straight white guys.
Exactly. And in your field, it would make sense that there are jobs specifically for diversity, because it's very... You kind of have to have that in your team.
Yeah.
For sensitivity reasons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So,
or else you end up with Monster Hunter, the movie.
I haven't watched that.
No, I mean, it's not out in America yet. It only was released in China, and then it got banned in China.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Because somebody skipped their fucking sensitivity job.
Yeah, someone skipped their training.
A lot of people have...
Why is that auto-modded?
Very Asian is apparently not allowed.
Asian.
Yes, Squirmy, you're allowed to say very Asian.
What the fuck? Auto-mod, why?
People avoided school because you were white is very Asian. So,
This was Canada, right? So...
Actually, are there a lot of Asians in Canada? I just didn't know. I didn't really know that.
Are there a lot
I thought it was mostly French people.
That's like the other half of Canada.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, the thing is, like,
Canada.
I know only, like, half of it is French, but, like, the other half I figured was just, like, white or offset French. You know?
Well, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed it was mostly white people hanging out with moose.
With meese. With
moosin'. Many much moosin'. Out in the woods. In the woods. In the woodsin'.
In the woodsin'.
Back when Brian Regan was funny.
Yeah.
I miss old school Brian Regan.
I know nothing about Canada, literally. So
their flag has a leaf on it. They're like our next door neighbors, and I know nothing about them. To be fair, I don't really know that much about our own country, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, we were like, name the capital of blank state, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't think I know that shit. The capital of Wyoming. I barely know Wyoming's a state.
Yeah, it's like, this Wyoming. What the fuck
is Wyoming?
What is a Wyoming?
Any state that has more cows than people doesn't count as a state.
Oh, you mean the state that I live in?
Yeah, that one. Well, no, you've got cities. You've got like Pittsburgh.
We have 2.5 cities.
Yeah.
And okay, so it's not that we have more cows than people. We have more trees than people.
Yeah, that's true. And squirrels.
Like.
And deer, I guess.
And deer, lots of deer.
There's a million deer in your fucking state.
There's deer everywhere. Yeah. Basically, part of your driving training is learning how to dodge deer.
Yeah.
So.
But, like, people, like, I haven't actually done this myself, but people have described driving through, like, Midwestern states.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're on one road, there's no one else for miles.
Yeah.
You see a lot of cows.
Isn't it, like, super flat, too?
Yeah, it's, like, flat land. It's all farms and barns and shit. And, like,
yeah.
Every now and then you'll see a McDonald's.
Yeah, I have never had any reason to go to any, like, middle state
in
our country.
Because there's nothing there.
Yeah, like, I've had no reason to go there.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to vacation at Uncle Joe's.
Yeah. Squirmy!
I'm stealing that, Squirmy.
Don't give him ideas!
You tried to steal my Umbreon! Oh, good. Now
I can go into so much about people buying cars at our shop. Pokemon is insane. Like, the fact
like the people who buy Pokemon cards?
The people who buy Pokemon cards. We have, you know, the cute little children, you know, the actual children.
The target demographic.
The target demographic,
Yeah.
where there's a cute little, like, group of kids who are classmates and learn how to play TCG, and it's very cute. And then we have the other league of 30-year-olds who need to, like, min-max everything and collect everything and get mad at a child for holding a card because they had to wait for their allowance.
Wait, it was a fucking kid who got the card!
Yep.
Imagine being mad because the child in front of you got the card they wanted.
Yeah. Literally. Literally.
That's so embarrassing for them. Oh my god.
They were like, what, you won't sell this card to me even though it's out? And Zach was like, oh yeah, sorry, like...
The kid in front of you took the last one.
I forgot to take it out, but there's like a kid who had to wait for his allowance to buy it. Is that okay? And the guy was just grumbling like, I guess. I'm like, bitch, it's an 8-year-old with an allowance. Get over yourself. Buy it online.
Yeah, or go like
weirdo.
2 blocks or whatever.
You are 30 years old. Oh my god.
There are so many other things you could be doing in your life.
Yes, exactly. It was like a $4 single. Like, literally.
Imagine making that much of a deal over $4.
I guess. And this is the same guy who was using it as an argument that we are against him as a person.
Yeah.
Because we didn't give him a $4 Charizard card that a child wanted.
Can you say it just like that in court?
Please.
Like with a jury, like just look right at the jury and just be like, yeah, this guy is mad at us. Because the child got the $4 card that he wanted.
Oh my god. It's embarrassing, really.
That's fucking amazing.
Oh my god.
Especially since, like, your shop is one of the most, like, liberal areas in that entire fucking town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's so annoying. Yeah, like, I can't get into it. It's just annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, this whole fiasco is why Spacey might not be able to show up on Wednesday, but...
I'm very just run down at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with anything.
You don't want to have to deal with a bunch of people pointing and lying at each other.
Yeah, that's kind of something I'm dealing with in real life right now. I don't think it would be very helpful to my psyche to deal with it in a game.
I would like for you to show up, but you've got a lot on your plate, and I do not blame you for skipping. We've got enough people for Wednesday, I think, so.
Okay. Like, I might pop in if I feel up to it, but I probably won't, so. Oh,
just
man.
have Zach watch the online store for 3 hours. Because everything's locked down, so.
Yeah, he'll just be sitting at home, you know. We have a lot of projects we'll be working on, so.
Oh, like home projects and stuff?
Yeah, like sorting and stuff like that. We will be keeping ourselves busy.
Yeah, so our mom took out the Christmas decorations from my closet, so now there's enough space for me to actually clean out my closet. You know what I mean? Like,
you mean
there's like all
the closet I had?
Yeah, the closet that was full of like junk or whatever, and I'm like, I'll eventually get through this, and then like, our mom took the Christmas decorations out, and suddenly there was like, I could see the floor again.
Yeah,
I was like, oh.
It's true. The downside to living in a condo is you do not get much storage space.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to
we
put
have
the tree
plenty
somewhere.
of storage space. We just don't use
have
it
too much
right.
Bullshit.
We don't
too
use
much
it properly.
stuff.
We got a bunch of garbage.
Doesn't the guest room have like 20 bajillion things in it? Like, isn't it overflowing?
So here's the thing. We have a whole bunch of recycling in the storage room, which is what we're calling it now because it's barely a guest room anymore. It's just like a bunch of fucking boxes and bottles and shit. And the reason we can't get rid of it is every single time we try to, the recycling outside is already full. There's just not enough space to recycle anything.
Is it at least in like bags?
Yeah, it's like it's all like in boxes and bags and stuff. It's just yeah, so like we could take it out whenever. It's just like you basically you have to time it so that immediately after the recycling truck leaves, that's when you dump everything in because there's no other fucking time you can do it. It's always full.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
So annoying. It's not like we have curbside where you can just leave the shit on the curb and they take it.
No, yeah, we don't either. We had to bring it to a recycling center.
Yeah.
But I think the times that I usually do it actually tend to work out. Sometimes I'll go and it'll be full. But it's usually not a problem.
It's very annoying.
Because you probably have more people using that recycling bin than we do in the entire like area.
Yeah, we also noticed this wasn't really happening before the lockdown. It's something that happened afterwards. Like I don't know, like people stay at home all day.
Maybe
they just
like
have
the
more
timing.
Shit.
Yeah. If you're just sitting at home drinking the same drinks that you do all day, then you're gonna have more bottles at home instead of like at your office.
I guess like, that's probably what it is, but
yeah.
Everyone doing
Still
home
obnoxious.
projects from buying shit from Home Depot and throwing out the boxes or whatever. Because
Yeah.
they're home all day, so they can do that shit.
Right. Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
It's yeah, lots of boxes. Also, I'm sure that assholes aren't like breaking down their cardboard, so.
Oh yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, that's always the worst. The thing about our recycling center is that it separates everything into like plastic bottles, cardboard, aluminum, things like that. And the cardboard one has a little slit, so you can't throw big boxes. You make it so you have to break down the boxes.
Yeah.
It's ingenious.
Yeah, okay, so there was this great satirical headline I saw the other day where it was like, man nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for actually breaking down his boxes in the recycling.
Oh my god, right?
And like there was like a fake quote. It was like someone being like, yeah, I mean like I saw him and he's the only guy in the whole apartment that does it. And he doesn't even complain or point it out, he just does it.
Yeah, I basically had to like train Zach on recycling, and get him into the habit because there was no recycling out here. Like, they just threw everything out. But I grew up recycling in an area where you could recycle.
Yeah.
So I was like, listen, I'm going to put these boxes here and separate them by plastic and cardboard and put them into bags and bring them to the recycling center.
Yeah.
Because I hate the idea of not recycling at all. Even if it is like inefficient and probably
it's very
helping.
inefficient. it's probably one of the worst fucking systems
anything.
we have in this country is the fucking recycling.
But I'm not about to just like be like, oh well, it's useless and just not do it. Like,
yeah, I mean the main thing is
it's
just the difference that like a single person makes is negligible when the vast majority of the problems caused by not recycling are by industries.
Mm-hmm.
So
what,
like,
the fact that, like,
but they point all the blame at like the guy who like threw the bottle on the ground instead of in recycling or whatever. And they're like, that guy's killing America.
Yeah,
and it's like, what about all the factories that are just like constantly polluting?
I think it's like 7 corporations are responsible for 90% of the fucking like pollution.
But you had a straw in your Starbucks cup, so you're Satan.
That's the problem.
You're killing turtles personally. You're looking them right in the eyes and going, I'm gonna shove this straw right up your nose.
Like the fucking, you remember like 8-packs or 6-packs came in like those little plastic like circle things?
Yeah.
And
you know the fish goes through and they're like,
oh
my God,
scared us into
fish.
like cutting. Yeah, scared us into like cutting them all up so that they don't choke turtles or something. Like, instead of
it's
just
true that does happen, but
but like they're saying that it's our fault for like.
What about all the fucking nets that from the fishing industries that are killing the fucking fish? Go figure. Those industry designed to capture fish. You're killing fish.
You're killing fish.
Like,
it's kind of sad because, like, yeah, I live in a very rural area with hunting and stuff, and even hunters go by way better rules than, like, industries.
Because they get in trouble. They're held accountable for any mishaps.
They're held accountable. Yeah.
Like,
so it's like, don't shoot doe. Don't, like, make sure that keep up with the population reports so that you don't, like, overkill deer, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, there's a million of them.
There's a lot of deer.
There are many much deer.
Yeah.
Many much
and then,
moose.
like, you know, yeah, you have to, like, report what you do and report how many and the weight. And,
yeah,
like,
and
the
there's, like,
antlers
territory where you can't do,
and there's
like,
territory.
anything near, like, X miles of a house or whatever.
Of a house.
You can't do. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's, like, signs all the way down our area that are like, this is private property, do not come in here with a gun, please. Don't do it.
This is my pet deer, please don't shoot.
Not that, but...
Wow, you picked a wrong neighborhood to have that pet
I
deer.
have a pet deer in my area, for sure.
If you keep it in your yard, it should be fine, just because you're not allowed to hunt within miles of your house.
Yeah, I would be more concerned. I would be more concerned with, you know, people shooting a person or a dog, or a cat. Like, there's a lot of outdoor.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're too close, there's people who
things.
miss and the stray bullet hits some random guy or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why you're not allowed to fucking do it.
Thousands of years of technological advances which gave us mobile vehicles, or one strong moose boy.
Moose don't give a shit, dude.
One strong moose boy,
dude, there are
sure.
these videos, like, moose are a lot more aggressive than I ever thought possible.
Yeah.
Like they just, like, they see you, like, in your fucking car, and they'll ram that shit.
Yeah.
For no reason.
No.
This looks like a giant fucking, this looks like a predator. You know what prey usually does? They run, but not me.
Not this
I got
moose.
these motherfucking antlers, I'm not afraid to use them.
Yeah.
I don't care if that's a 3,000-pound giant metal death machine.
Yeah, like moose are the fucking tanks of their, like, area of animal. Like, the deer is, like, you know, the agile ranger or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the fucking tank, which is the moose.
I saw,
fucking tank.
I remember a post a while back, somebody was saying, like, they were saying, like, wow, like, horses are so weird, you'd think they'd be predator animals with their powerful hooves and their, like, they could easily, like, take on other people, and then somebody replied, like, okay, but do you want horses to be predators?
No! I already am scared of horses.
No fucking way. Those dudes would
already...
kill me.
You know what would also be terrifying if they actually... Well, okay, never mind. I was gonna say cows would be terrifying, but then there's, like, buffaloes, and bison and stuff, so,
yeah,
like,
the actual
they're
aggressive
scary.
ones, the oxes
Yeah,
and shit.
they're actually aggressive, yeah. The cows
Oxen,
are just kind of... Ox.
Boxing! I bought 2 boxing of donuts.
Hey, I did say oxen, you just didn't
No,
understand.
I said oxes, and so I was correcting myself.
Oh, I thought you said oxen.
Yeah.
I assumed you were correct.
Yeah. Never
Steroid
do that.
cows.
Never do that. Never assume I'm correct. That's
yeah,
the worst mistake you can make.
I would not want to piss off a cow on steroids. That's for sure. And I'm assuming that dairy cows are usually on steroids. So,
typically, yeah.
Yeah, I would just
Growth
keep them in their
hormones.
pen and not go near them.
Well, it depends on the cow. Like, you're not going to give growth hormones to the milk cows.
Oh, because that would fuck with their, like, udders, probably.
Yeah, because, like, you get the milk from the lady cow, so putting testosterone in there is not the best idea.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
the testosterone is for the oxen.
Yeah, the testosterone is for the oxen as well as cows that are going to be burgers. Like,
yeah. Oh god, that says super cow.
Super cow. The link says super cow.
Super cow.
Oh, Aeroslay wants to learn Frenzy Plant.
My favorite thing about
You're not learning Frenzy Plant.
My favorite thing about URLs is looking at the JPEG name at the end.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing.
One thing that drives me crazy about Twitch is that they just, like, assign random words to the links of, like, Twitch clips. So, like,
yeah!
like, I see Aeroslayer posting a clip in the Twitch clips, and I'm like, I don't remember doing, like, shit involving, like, pots and pandas and shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah,
then I click on it, it has
random.
nothing to do with the fucking words in the link. And it's just like, what the fuck, Twitch? Why are you doing this to me? They're just rickrolling me with every fucking video.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the other day somebody rickrolled YouTube?
No, I
On
didn't.
Twitter, like YouTube asked, like the YouTube Twitter page asked the question, like, what's your favorite video of 2020? And then somebody responded with like, oh, I love this one about with the cute puppy, and they put a link in, and then YouTube replied, did you just rickroll YouTube?
Oh.
It was so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm very happy also that elephants are not predators.
Oh my god, yes. Elephants would actually be the alpha. They never forget, and they never forgive. Apparently, apparently to Mythbusters at one point, I remember seeing this episode when I was a kid. They apparently proved that elephants are actually afraid of mice.
Oh god.
To be fair, we're pretty afraid of mice ourselves, and we're pretty big, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm scared of mice.
Yeah, but like you see a mouse, you're like, that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
That
Like,
shit's gonna give me a disease.
Yeah. I'm less scared of the actual mouse.
Yeah.
They're actually very cute.
They're
adorable.
so cute. That's why they don't die all the time, because they're so cute. You don't want to kill them.
Yeah, but yeah, they carry diseases.
That's true. They
sometimes,
did carry a
and,
plague at one point. Although apparently I remember hearing a while back that it wasn't actually rats that carried the plague, like everyone thought, but like guinea pigs or something.
Some rodent did it.
Yeah, well, it was the mosquitoes or whatever that were on the. Yeah.
Like it started from the mosquitoes, I think, very technically.
Yeah, it wasn't the animals carrying it wasn't the animals themselves that were diseased or whatever. It was the bugs that were eating those rodents or whatever and then spreading it to the humans.
From the rodent and then spread it to a different one.
Which is why the Jews were blamed for it back in the day. Because
holy shit.
So they were blamed for it because they just generally led cleaner, more hygienic, lives. They used like soap when they bathed or whatever. So so when they weren't like dying by the thousands,
yeah, that's right.
like everyone was like, "Oh my god, it was the Jews all along."
Yeah.
It's like, no, just take a fucking bath every once in a while, Jesus.
Yeah, because I think I remember learning that they didn't really have a sewage system.
Yeah.
So there was this gross poop everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was spreading because they didn't have a sewage system.
Yeah, apparently a lot of Europeans didn't really consider hygiene as a possible reason for why everyone was dying.
Well, to be fair, hygiene was kind of a new thing back then.
Yeah.
It's kind
of. I mean, like, we've instinctively always, like, cleaned ourselves. Like, other animals do it. We have bird baths.
Birds will clean themselves.
Yeah.
Cats
soap was. I think soap has existed for thousands of years.
I honestly have no idea when soap was.
Like, I'm pretty sure soap existed in like the ancient Greek times at the very least.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Like,
when was soap invented?
Yeah.
That is a weird ass sentence. 2800 BC.
2800 BC. Yeah, it's been a while. So the people who died of the plague in like the 1500s or whatever, they knew soap was a thing. We knew about soap.
Evidence has been found that ancient Babylonians understood soap making as early as 2800 BC.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I knew that because people were like crafting shit, making like fucking statues and shit back then, so it makes sense that they would be something like,
It is true. Squirmy does bring up a point. It is true that like soap was probably a luxury because all the
luxury.
All the not a Luxray, the Pokemon. That's Rhythm Dirt. Yeah, like, I mean, the people who died, like the 1/3 of Europe that died, were mostly peasants.
Yeah. What, you mean like our current situation?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, our president got COVID, and he was fine because he had the best healthcare in the country.
Yeah, because he got immediately shipped off to a hospital and given the best care in the country.
Yeah, they didn't leave him to die in a fucking frozen truck of dead people or whatever. Like,
right. The fact that he was all like, it wasn't that bad. It's like, bitch, you were in the hospital.
You got hospitalized, dude. You're on a fucking ventilator.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, and then there's people like, you know, the homeless people, people in jail, things like that. Nursing homes, fucking government-assisted, like, close areas.
Yeah.
COVID would spread like crazy there. And then what would happen if you got COVID with no money?
Yeah.
And what would you do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I do remember there was this one guy in the going back to the Black Death, the one that that's PC to talk about because it was 500 years ago. There was this.
When you said that.
There was this one guy. I think he was like a bishop or a priest or something, and he literally surrounded himself in a ring of fire so he wouldn't get the Black Death.
Oh my god.
And I mean, it was pretty extra, but it did work because none of the fucking rodents got to him because there was fire. Yeah. Fire hot, fire bad.
Yep, it would burn it. That would keep out the mosquitoes for sure.
Yeah. and then the guy was like, "See, all you gotta do is surround yourself in fire."
That's all. As they like hoard all of the charcoal.
They're like wagoning dead people away.
Yeah.
Dude, they should have surrounded themselves in a ring of fire. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, that would work with COVID too.
Yeah,
you distance yourself in a six foot diameter ring of fire. No, it would have to be 6 foot radius ring of fire.
It would, a 6 foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's going in that ring. You're good.
Yeah, the sad thing about jail and healthcare is that there are people who will like get themselves arrested to get healthcare that they need.
Yeah. Like homeless people will get themselves arrested so they have a roof over their head.
Yeah. The problem with jail in terms of COVID is that everyone is very close together and not the cleanest all the time.
Like you're in like a fucking cell with like fucking like it's like a 10 by 10 foot cell or whatever. Like
right. So
people
so then COVID just spreads like wildfire, and there's only so much to do when it spreads. Like they are literally working on releasing people with low like pathetic offenses because they want to make jails like give more space.
Yeah, I think it's like I think they might be under house arrest or something still, but like
right.
Like they're not. It's not like they just get out scot free or whatever. But
no, yeah, they would probably be under house arrest or something.
Yeah, and then like when the pandemic's over, they're going back to prison. But
but also there's a lot of things about jail that are just
it's a very broken system.
It's very broken.
It's even more broken than the recycling plants in our country. There's actually a lot of broken shit in this country when you think about it.
Wow, really?
A lot of things don't work.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of things just don't.
A lot of things don't work the way they should.
And then it gets so sad when people immediately go like, but it's America, you need to love everything about your country, it's the best country in the world.
You're like looking at this like shit covered shack. You're like, it's a fixer-upper.
You can love
You're allowed to say it's a fixer-upper.
Like you can say you love your country and want things to change it for the better, right? Like it's so crazy. It's people have been making the argument because a lot of certain people have been arguing about because certain people have been going, I'm gonna move to another country because America's so broken, and other people go like, oh, then fine, whatever, America's the best country in the world, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I'm like, how about in between, where you want to stay in this country because there are a lot of good things about it?
Yeah. Oh my god, there were so many fucking... I'm pretty sure this was like...
There's a lot of problems.
There were so many people making these comments under, like, the first... I think it was, like, It was the first tweet that Trump made after the election. And there's like a ton of people in the comments saying more or less the same thing, like, I'm gonna move to Mexico. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Mexico, you guys?
I know.
And I was like,
No,
I'm pretty sure that was copy pasta, because there's no fucking way.
It was copy pasta. It was copy pasta by, like, bots. It was like,
there's no fucking way this many people want to move to Mexico after the election. No way.
My favorite copy pastas were when they put American states inside it. So, I hate America now. I'm gonna move to Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
That's America.
Those are always funny. I see that every fucking 4 years.
The copy pastas.
I'm moving to Alaska.
I'm moving to Alaska.
I'm gonna hang out with Sarah Palin, the president of Alaska.
Oh,
actually, I haven't heard anything about Sarah Palin since like 2008, so.
I know, yeah, she kind of just, yeah.
The last thing I heard about her was in the movie, what's it called? Iron Sky. Do you know anything about the movie Iron Sky?
No.
So I think I was in high school at the time, a movie was released on Netflix called Iron Sky. And if you could guess what the plot is, you'd be wrong, because the plot is there's Nazis from space that have been building up like a moon base to start World War III because they never got over World War II. And also Sarah Palin's the president of the United States. It is. Oh, also they turn a black guy into a white guy.
No fucking way.
Like, yeah, like the Nazis kidnap this like black American spaceman, and they turn him to a white guy.
No, oh no, what?
I think this movie came out in like 2012 or something.
Oh my god, I'm googling this movie.
Iron Sky, it's so fun. I watched it with my friend in high school, and we were dying the entire time.
What the actual fuck?
It is a fucking ride. Yeah, it's basically gay conversion therapy.
Holy shit.
It's a real movie.
Yeah, it is.
And I think there's a sequel too.
82% like the movie.
Shaggy finally caught a ClearPearl production stream. He spent several hours grinding his Pokemon in Nuzlocke to beat someone named after a color. Great entertainer he is. It's not even like a cool color. It's just fucking red. It's not like Amaranth or Scarlet or no, it's red.
Hold on. You know what I saw just now?
What?
Iron Sky, The Coming Race in 2019. So I think that's the sequel.
Yeah.
Guess what the budget is?
Like $2.
$21 million.
Okay, that's more than I would think, but it's not like too surprising. Like 21 million for like a Hollywood movie budget is pretty low.
But like, it's a 5 out of 10 movie sequel.
Yeah. No, yeah. So it flopped. Yeah, like I think like
oh my God.
20 million is like a B movie, I think, in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, we complain about the military, and then the Hollywood does
well,
this.
Here's the thing: the government doesn't pay for Hollywood.
No, Hollywood makes their own.
They make their own money.
Yeah.
My tax dollars aren't going to the next fucking Avatar movie.
No.
With James Cameron, the next 3 Avatar movies he's making.
It's just so crazy.
Back to back.
When people try to argue, like, billionaires made all of their money on their own. And I'm like, do you understand that, like, it's really hard to get to $1 billion?
Oh, yeah, no,
no one has any fucking reason to have $1 billion.
Yeah, what are you even gonna, like... Well, here's the thing is, like...
do with it?
The people who their net worth is, like, $1 billion or over... Usually, it's not, like, them owning $1 billion so much as it is them owning the company that is worth $40 billion, Jeff Bezos. But, like, the thing is, he could sell the company and walk away with a $40 billion, like, profit or whatever if he wanted to.
Right.
But, like, yeah, so, like, he could easily move around whatever the fuck money he wanted to buy whatever the fuck he wants. but it isn't technically his billion so much as it is the company's money.
I mean, he doesn't pay any fucking taxes, so I don't care a single thing he does. Also, he's a centi-billionaire now.
He's a what
which is
now?
a new fucking word.
What the fuck
Centi-billionaire.
Was that like 100 billion?
I'm assuming. Let me double check. I just saw an article that was like 2 people became centi-billionaires.
That sounds like 100 billion.
Billionaires. That's what I'm assuming.
Is it a boomer with a lot of money?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but technically boomers not part of the definition. It just so happens that they're boomers.
Yeah. But, like, you can have, like, $100 million and be just as comfortable as you would be with $100 billion.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's 100 billion. It's 100 billion.
100 billion.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. But yeah, like
Jeff
the money's
Bezos,
in their
Elon
company.
Musk.
Like the richest woman in the world. The richest woman in the world is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, who walked away with like $40 billion when they got a divorce because she co-owned the company with them. So she sold her half of it.
And left. Yeah. See, that's personal.
Yeah. So now she has like $40 billion to her name. I think she donated a lot of it actually, but still, like that's the thing. Like, at any time, the richest people in the world could sell the company.
Yeah. They don't even have to sell the company. They'd still be fine.
No, but yeah, they're not going to. But like, I'm saying, like, technically their money isn't theirs until they sell the company or whatever. But they get X amount of dollars. Like for example, George Lucas sold Lucasfilms to Disney. And he walked away with like $1 billion.
Yeah. Okay, so the 5 centi-billionaires are Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Bernard Arnault from French Luxury Goods. I don't know who he is, and
probably not American.
Because French, yeah. And then Mark Zuckerberg.
Wait, who's the 5th one?
The fucking what's his face that I've been complaining about, Bezos.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Bezos, Musk.
Yeah.
Bernard Arnault.
Of the centi-billionaires, I'd say Bill Gates is probably the best one, because he does a lot of charity work and stuff, but, like, even so, like...
So,
you don't become a centi-billionaire unless you're kind of a shitty person.
Yeah, exactly. You don't sit there and work the way that the workers do. You hire everyone to do everything for you,
and then you make money because you're the one who funded it or whatever. So like that's how producers make their money in Hollywood. Is they fund the project and then they make their money back.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's like a certain level, like I completely understand, like as a business owner, I understand, like
like producers, like when they're throwing their money around like that, it's usually like they have some say, they have some sway over, the way things go, the
thing that pisses me off is Amazon's charity thing that they added, because that basically. You're paying charity.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just do it?
Your taxes. That makes it so Amazon.
Oh yeah,
that
like
makes it so Amazon doesn't have to pay taxes because the customers paid charity.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's such a weird fucking system.
The Amazon made the payment to charity, even though you said you were going to make your money go to charity.
Oh, so you don't get the tax incentive for donating? No. Oh, that's hilarious.
Amazon does.
So yeah, you might as well just fucking donate that money yourself and get the fucking tax incentive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do charity through Amazon. I'm not sure the technicalities, but if you try to do a fucking tax deduction thingy through your taxes, have you ever tried? Have you ever tried to do it?
Well,
no,
I've never like
Amazon
donated.
Did it for you.
Yeah, like I've never donated anything like specifically. The only donating I do is like the 50 cents or whatever on the top of your cheeseburger you get at Wendy's or some shit. Like, also, I know. When we were younger, our mom would go to the library and donate books that we didn't need anymore. And I remember she would write off that as part of her taxes.
Yeah.
I haven't specifically.
I'm always really bad about that. Like, if I donate, I just straight up forget to be like, oh, maybe I should.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's such a pain in the ass because you have to like calculate everything you donate. And it's just so fucking annoying. You don't know. I don't know what the fucking price on any of this shit is.
Right. Yeah. Well, usually I think you get the proof from the people that you donate to.
Yeah, so but they don't, like, I remember when we were donating the books, like, they asked you to fill out the fucking form, like, what are these books worth, or whatever. It's like, I don't fucking know. Let me Google, I guess. I'll look up every single fucking book and see what they're being sold for online.
Shaggy, you're totally right. I can't believe my 1-cent bits get fucked by taxes. They totally do.
Oh, yeah, no, like, Twitch takes a hefty chunk of anything I make.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's right. That's why it's taken so long to get your first 100.
Yeah. I should have it by now if it wasn't for the huge fucking... Like, when somebody donates, like, $5 to me, I'm not getting $5.
No, like 350
yeah,
maybe.
I'm getting,
maybe
I
like
think, I don't remember the exact... I think I'm getting, like, 60-something%, so, like, 2/3, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who Twitch is owned by now? I don't know.
Oh, gosh, I wonder...
wonder who's owning Twitch. I don't know.
I wonder which centibillionaire owns Twitch now.
Which centibillionaire owns Twitch?
I feel like at this point you can play a game called Guess That Billionaire.
Yeah.
Because, like, just like any company in America, guess that billionaire. Who owns it?
Yeah, exactly.
Elon Musk owns the Washington Post.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, that's the thing that happened.
Like, why though? What was the reason for that? He just felt like it. Like, oh, this newspaper's up for grabs? I'll grab it. Why not? Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot to say about billionaires, and what it comes down to, what people's biggest argument is that
trickle-down economics.
Well, that, but also
the thing that Reagan said and didn't work out.
Yeah, they end up not paying taxes, while we pay like a shit ton in taxes.
Yeah.
And then we pay a lot in taxes. They don't.
I love
and
the.
Also,
I love
billionaires don't get to where they are without
being shitty.
Being shitty, taking advantage of their workers, you know, not paying their workers enough and not giving them the benefits that they need because they don't want to pay
I mean,
for benefits for everyone.
With Bill Gates, for example, I think he might just be unaware. Because the thing is, like, he was, like, of all the billionaires, he was the guy that worked, like, he started in his fucking basement. And granted, it was paid for by his parents at the time, but but like that should be mentioned. He was a white dude who had rich parents or whatever.
Yeah.
But like he did like do the work himself, and then he got to a point where, oh shit, Microsoft's making money. I guess I'll just like get a bunch of other people to do shit, and I have all these billions of dollars, and I'll do charity and shit. And like, I think he like literally just doesn't understand that. Like a lot of his business is just fucking people over.
Right.
But
I guess another thing that bothers me is that they have been making billions of dollars this whole year while like half the country is unemployed.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on now.
Our mom got yelled at by a UPS delivery guy today because she put on her mask, like, when she saw that he was there. And he was like, oh, what, like, you think poor people are gonna spread COVID?
Oh.
And I'm like, they're pitting us against each other! It's Hunger Games all over again!
Imagine! What?
You are not mad at my mom, you're mad at Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, UPS guy doesn't realize that your house is currently unemployed completely, so shut the fuck up, random UPS guy.
Oh, what? Oh, no, I mean, I technically have a job working for Amazon.
You're right.
I filled out the tax form and everything. I'm legally an employee for Twitch, which is owned by Amazon.
Uh-huh.
I got
see, what the guy was arguing, Jaggy, was that the opposite. That he was assuming that, you know, our mom was rich and thought that poor people would have germs.
I mean, to his credit, like, it is kind of a wealthy neighborhood that we live in, but...
It doesn't matter, you still gotta put your fucking mask on.
I know, yeah, he was being a dick, but the thing is, like, I don't even blame him for being a dick, because, like, he's a fucking UPS driver, and his life fucking sucks, and, like,
sure,
there's
but
COVID
keep your mouth
and shit.
shut. It's a job.
No, what I'm saying is, like, I'm sure, like, everyone's on edge right now, basically, is my point. Like, he did a bad. He did a bad.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not gonna get mad at him. You know, like...
Oh, yeah, like, totally,
like, that dude's got so much other shit going on. Like, he just probably, like, he hit his boiling point or whatever and said some rude shit. You know...
Yeah, when you say rude shit, you apologize.
Yeah, well... Like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole, but...
Yeah!
So, what I'm saying is, like, I don't... There's worse things to be... Yeah, there's not... Like, I'm not gonna have a grudge on that guy or whatever. Like, I'll forgive him.
But,
like, I'm sure, like, I like, if I was in a similar situation, I'd probably say some mean things too, but...
Yeah, that's why I don't talk.
Yeah, I keep my mouth shut a lot. I'm a very proud follower of the rule. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Don't say it. Exactly. That is my logic.
That's like the golden rule.
My other logic is I treat people the way that I want to be treated, but the second that they treat me badly, I will match them. That's my logic.
Yeah, I know. I just like, I mean, maybe it's the social anxiety talking, but it's just not worth it most of the time to like get mad at other people.
I kind of lost the social anxiety, I think, over well, okay, so that's false. That's very false. My social anxiety got worse, but it also made me way less patient with people as a whole. This whole year, like, staying at home, I'd be like, why should I talk to people when I could just stay at home, talk to the 2 people that I, like, accept as humans, and then not bother with anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, literally, I think you and Zach are the only 2 people, and Mom, who I talk to sometimes also.
We have the family Zoom calls every now and then.
Yeah. I'm fine with, like, family Zoom calls. I'm fine with, you know, my family and Zach. And everyone else
who's about to be family.
everyone else has pissed me off at least one time, like, this year or prior.
You got your core group, and you got assholes.
Like, they're not even necessarily being, like, actively assholes.
I know, you were telling me, like, the shit going on with your friends or whatever, and, like, they're just being inconsiderate.
My friends, yeah, well, not even inconsiderate. They just, like, get bothered by literally everything, and I don't want to hear it.
That's true.
Literally.
I have one friend like that. I will not out them because they are part of the channel, but they do get upset quite a lot, and I'm like, man.
You even have to, like, fucking, like, that was enough information.
I said nothing. I outed nobody.
Not simple because you didn't give any identifying information.
I gave no identification. It could be anybody.
Yeah, they'll do things like, someone bothers them, it's a total misunderstanding, but instead of actually confronting the problem and ending it, they just drag it on, and, like...
And they'll complain to you about it or whatever.
They'll complain to us, and be like, this person did a bad thing, and we'll be like, okay, how do you want to deal with it? And they go, "Meh," and then they leave.
Meh. Well, at least that one guy at your store tried to do something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him credit for that, I guess.
He's not communicating either. He's just repeating the same thing and not listening to a thing that we're saying. So it's not actually, like, you know, working out. But, like, things will happen with complete misunderstandings, and they'll just be like, this person did this thing, and this person did, I'm so mad, this today's a horrible day, blah, 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 and I'm just like, oh,
it's all just a big misunderstanding, aka the worst plot device in screenwriting history.
Yeah,
but it's true. It's so frustrating because the thing is, like, people are like, oh my god, like, this plot wouldn't happen if they would just talk to each other.
Yep.
And then, like, and then writers retort, like, yeah, but that's what people do in real life, too.
It's true.
That just fucking happens. Like,
that's why it's so frustrating to see in movies.
Yeah, because it's just like what people do.
In real life.
They're like, oh my god, it's not what it looks like. Oh, well, then tell me what it looks like. And then the credits just start rolling.
Exactly.
that doesn't happen in real life either. You're like, it's not what it looks like. Okay, well, we're getting a divorce now, so.
Yeah. Like, oh my god.
Because you talked to that woman and it looked kind of awkward, so.
Right?
Obviously, you're cheating on me.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I know that Zach and I would have had a lot more problems if we didn't communicate primarily.
Oh yeah, that's why you guys are so like you're both like pretty blunt with just about everything.
We're both extremely blunt.
That's honestly like the best quality you can possibly have in a relationship. It's just saying what you fucking want to say.
You don't have problems because we talk about them immediately. You're gonna get canceled within the channel now.
I'm gonna get canceled by my own fucking people, affiliates or whatever. Yeah.
But, oh my god. It's just, like, it's one of those things where, like, I see it on social media so much, as people will just be like, they had a bad day, so they had to rant and rave about it and talk about, and, like, self-deprecation all day, every day on social media.
Oh my god, I love fucking seeing that in high school, especially. So there's people that I knew in high school that I'm still friends with on Facebook, even though I haven't talked to them since high school. And I just fucking love seeing their lives just like on full display for everyone to see. Like, just like them like complaining about everything and like how the world is terrible and like, and I'm just like, this is such a fucking shit show. I can't look away.
Where is my phone?
It's like a fucking train wreck in real time. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't feel good from reading all this, but holy shit. This is so entertaining. From a fucking, like, writer's perspective, too. That's where I get my drama from, is from Facebook. I learn from the people who complain about everything online. Did I tell you? I did tell you about this. The one time a couple of our family members were in a fight, and the thing going through my mind at the time was, this is gonna really motivate me in my writing. This is like my muse right here. This fucking fight they're having.
Oh my god. Yeah.
like I just have that like douchebag part of my brain.
Yeah.
It's like I should feel sad right now or like upset or something, but. Like, this is just helpful. This is helpful information. I'm learning from it.
This is how people interact when they're stressed. How about that? I need to blow my nose.
How dare you? Leaving to blow your nose. I would never. Fucking Whalmer. The grace against defense, man. Can't do that shit. Oh wow, I still killed it in one hit. Okay. That's just like your opinion, man. Oh, so, speaking of, my new fun title I've given myself in Among Us. I call myself my dude. That's a fun one. I guess I screwed over.
Shaggy, I totally agree. That's literally my just mantra. But it's also why I have like no close friends.
I'm so happy that like my friends are all people who like if they're upset with me, they let me know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and then I can usually apologize and say I'll do better, and I usually do because I genuinely care about their feelings.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had so many friends just decide that they're not going to talk to me anymore, and I don't even try. I'm like, okay, if you're going to be like that, I'm just move on with my life.
I didn't say anything.
Whatever. Yeah.
What?
Like...
Just outing an old affiliate of the channel. Don't worry about me.
Alright, yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. He just stopped talking to me all of a sudden. I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's only happened to me. That's only happened to me once.
It's very common with girls.
Yeah.
It's extremely common with girls. And there are lots of times where they don't outright stop talking to you, but you get the vibe that they are no longer interested in your presence.
Yeah.
And just are not interested in anything that you say. They don't like invite you to things anymore, and like they'll be in a group and talk to everyone else but not you.
Yeah.
Subtle things like that.
Well, yeah,
happens a lot.
I've seen that a few times, and I've done it a couple times, but
like
it's usually like I know you're gonna make a big deal over this if I just tell you.
Yeah, but and then they'll also be like my college friends is what this all happened. The quote unquote friends.
Oh, your freshman year, or was these people? Oh yeah, the fucking high school drama queens in college.
Where they kept like claiming me as their friend, but not treating me like a friend.
Oh yeah.
And eventually just stopped talking to me altogether.
It was your like you didn't play along with that bullshit. So.
Yeah, like it was a time.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah. I just didn't have. I had one friend my freshman year of college. I had two, but one of them dropped out. And because like it's the first month and. I think they told me like straight up like somebody told me the first month of freshman year like 10% of students drop out.
Yeah.
And
it does happen a lot.
So that was one of my two friends dropped out. The other one, my roommate and I were paired up together because we were both in the same college within our university, and we both had the same first name. And that's about it. We didn't really have anything else in common, so we didn't talk to each other. Unless we had to, like for roommate reasons or whatever, but like, and that was great. We had a great fucking relationship, no drama whatsoever. I did like one of his friends though, because she would show up and she would always be sure to say hi to me. I was like, you are a kind person. I like you.
Right, yeah.
But like, it's just like, that's about it. Like,
right, yeah. Yeah, like I was, my roommate situation after freshman year was much better because we didn't we were like, friends. We talked, but we weren't like, holding each other accountable for each other's like life and feelings and shit. Like, we just kind of did our own thing, went to our own places, didn't really care. Like, we would be like, hey, how you doing today? And they would talk about what happened that day, and, we were friends, but not, like, the kind of friend where they, like, are codependent on each other. I know a lot of roommates where they were like, my life revolves around my roommate's, schedule and shit. You gotta go to lunch at the same time or whatever, things like that. Were very
I'm so happy I never had to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
My sophomore year, I ended up rooming with my one friend from freshman year.
Right.
And we had our own lives. We did our own thing, but we would, hang out and play video games sometimes. And then we ended up, he was like, hey, you want to, like, check out the fucking, like, D&D club? And I was like, there's a D&D club? Because at BU, at the time anyway, I don't know if it's still the case, but the D&D club was a subsection of the board game club. So that's why nobody had ever fucking heard of it. We all like, there's all these fucking freshmen looking around like, where's the D&D club? That's not there because it's part of the board games club. And so we found out about it and we checked it out, and I immediately fucking like hyper fixated on Pathfinder, and I was like, this is my life now. I made that's how I made all of my college friends, other than the fucking almost all my college friends, but like the vast majority of them were through the fucking board games club. And so life got a lot better for me sophomore year.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, Domino's being cute. Hi,
I was annoyed because like I did check out a couple of the other nerd clubs. I checked out the Magic Club freshman year, and I think another, like the video game club was the other one I checked out, and both of those I just didn't click with anybody, and it was just like the thing was like, is all a bunch of awkward nerds there, so no one really knew how to hold a conversation or anything. They're just like, so they would show up, we'd play some video games. I'm like, well, the games are fun, but I can also just play video games in my dorm, so there's nothing there. And like with Magic, it was just like nobody, like I'm just not having a good time talking to anybody here, so like whatever. Like, but with the Pathfinder shit, that's like co-op. You gotta like fucking interact with each other. And that really worked for me. Was like, you guys have to fucking you guys have to talk to each other. That's how the game works.
Yeah, I've always had trouble with Magic, so
Well, it's
like
hard.
Getting
it's hard to like meet people.
In Magic. Yeah,
it's hard to meet people in Magic because unless you're already friends with them, it's hard to connect because the people who play Magic are the most awkward human beings in the universe. So like
they're awkward and they're also elitist and rude.
Yeah, like not all of them. Like I have.
If you're not immediately a master at Magic, then God forbid anyone.
I've had good luck at like pre-releases and stuff. Where like I tend to be like paired up with friendly people in the actual games and whatnot, but like and like you can walk around afterwards and like ask to trade cards and stuff, and usually they'll say yes and hold a conversation or whatever. But like there definitely are the elitist assholes in every fucking store. There's gonna be some elitist assholes who like get mad at you for not knowing every fucking card. And it's wild.
There's there's also a huge difference in that I am female.
Yes.
And present as
female. That is true. Yes, you are both of those things.
Yes.
You are female, cisgendered female.
And people, I am not taken seriously. I get mansplained all day, every day.
I'd imagine there's two modes with strangers who see you in a Magic store. It's either elitist asshole who thinks you shouldn't be playing the game, or oh my gosh, you play card games too? Wife me immediately, please.
That has definitely changed.
Now that everyone knows that you're engaged to the store owner.
But what's funny is most people don't actually know me or recognize me.
You don't show up to the store.
There.
Yeah.
I don't go to the store.
When you're in the store, you're usually in the back or whatever. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have like scared boys before by like walking up and talking to them.
Girl, you're a girl.
Like 20-year-old boys.
It's like the fucking scene in Inside Out at the end where like the boy looks, where like the main character talks to this guy and his brain just explodes.
Yeah.
Girl, it's alright.
It's true. Yeah, like there was one time I had started going to the store frequently. This was when I was like working there. And so I was like, okay, maybe I should, talk to people on occasion because people should know who I am.
Be a friendly customer, a friendly employee or a co-owner.
Yeah, since I own the place, I should probably let myself be known. So there were like a bunch of 20-year-olds playing Pokemon, and I think I knew one of them. So I like walked up and
you can just be like, hey, what's up?
I just kind of joined in. I was like, oh yeah, that's a cool looking card or something like that. And like all of them just went dead quiet and looked away immediately. Like they stopped talking. I was like, wow, I really underestimated
just how
my
fucking
gender.
Awkward.
Holy
girl.
shit! I did not expect that at all.
Oh my god.
They didn't even ignore me. They straight up ignored everyone. They ignored each other. They just stopped talking.
Like, oh my god. She's gonna know. She's gonna know that we play Pokemon in the store out in the open.
Oh my god. It was insane. I was
That's
like, wow,
hilarious.
I really need to get myself known so people know I'm the owner, because all the boys are gonna think I'm some, like, girl just approaching their territory or whatever.
Whose girlfriend are you? Well, the store owner, but... I guess, it's true. I rarely see girls unless they're with their boyfriends.
It's true. We actually had a small issue with a girl who is trying to learn one of the card games. And the guys are really stupid and did not know how to interact with a female in a normal manner and decided to mansplain. All of them were mansplaining to her
on
like
top
the
of each
entire
other,
time. Yeah, and by the end of it, she was like annoyed. She was like, I just want to play the game. You don't have to like because she was a new player and she was a girl. So all the guys jump on like, oh, you have to do things like this and do that, and this is how this card works. And you can do this with that. And like one game went to time because they were too busy mansplaining to her. So that was a tie. It ruined the streak.
Oh my god.
So fortunately, Zach found a solution and talked to all of the boys and had to explain to them why what they did was, inappropriate.
Can you guys, like, fucking chill? You don't need 20 of you all fucking explaining the rules.
No, well, it was always one at a time because it was a tournament.
So it was like, so the person she was paired up against was spending the whole fucking game just explaining everything.
Yes.
Instead of just being like, oh, so here's how this works. Or, like, because you asked the question or whatever. Like,
right, exactly.
If they're in the tournament, they probably know, like, the basic rules or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So, like, it's not like you have to be like, all right, so step 1, the untap phase.
Exactly.
And then after the untap phase is the upkeep, where you see these cards, this is what this does. It's like, I know the basic rules, guys, okay?
Oh my god, yeah. It was a mess. It was a disaster. Zach had to come home and explain the situation to me because he was like, I can't, this just fucking happened and you'll understand because you are a girl. I knew the struggle because not only was I a girl, but I was dating Zach, who was like always a popular dude in the fucking Magic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is like the king of the fucking Magic group or whatever in college.
Since everyone knew him, they felt entitled to also show up around him and tell me everything. So they
as if you don't have a guy in the same house as you who can also explain the rules to you.
This was several years ago. This was like back in college. And I remember every pre-release I went to, which was like, I don't know, 3. I would get the cards I would open the boosters for the pre-release. And then I would like ask Zach for help on building the deck. And then suddenly there were 5 dudes, like, not only putting a deck together for me, but like sleeving the cards for me too.
Oh yeah.
And I was just
like,
sitting there
you know, I could do that part.
What is happening?
I could do that part. No, I actually,
the one time they helped me sleeve was because we were running out of time before the round was starting, so they wanted to like speed up the process. Yeah. And
for sure.
But it was just like, holy shit.
I have a friend. I've been playing Magic since high school, off and on, give or take.
Yeah.
Like I took a big break in college because I didn't really play Magic with anybody then. But I think after college, I bumped into an old high school friend at the same pre-release, and so we started talking and everything, and I was like, you know, like, I haven't played in a while, I'm not great at, like, deck building or anything, and he's like, here, let me take a look at what you have, and then, like, in 5 minutes, he had built the deck for me. The thing is, like, not only he's really good at, like, building decks and everything from drafts and limited and whatnot, but also, he did it fast, and he explained to me what he was doing.
It's insane. I'm pretty sure Zach could do that, too.
Yeah, but, like, the thing is, like, he's like, oh, you want this card, and here's why, and you want this card, and here's why, and I'm like, this is great, solid information. Thank you for this. And you're not, and then, like, it's just, but, like, it's true, like, when there's a whole bunch of other people all, like, arguing with each other over, like, oh, you want this one, no, you want this one.
It's true.
It's like, just fucking stop, please.
It happened to me, in college, so this is actually a really funny story. So back in college, when I met Zach, I was already vaguely interested in Magic because of you had gotten a Magic booster box for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So I was already like, I'm kind of interested in learning Magic because this is fun and the cards look cool. But I hadn't been dating Zach yet. And I wasn't sure how to,
so he slipped in on your DMs and...
Well, okay, you know the story of how Zach and I met. This was...
Oh, how it took, like, months for you guys to, like, realize that you liked each other.
Yeah. And I started it, man. I actually initiated it. I was the one who, like, walked up to him in the gym and was like, hey, hello, person who was in the same club as me.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. And, but when we started dating, it was right before winter break. And then right after winter break, I had been learning Magic through your booster box that winter break.
Oh,
and came back to school like, okay, cool, now I'm at school.
You got the basics down.
Had the basics down. But we were keeping the relationship secret for a while. A couple months.
Yeah, you're just kind of like feeling things.
We didn't want to like, because of there were a lot of circumstances that kind of made it hard to like, you know, immediately come out and be like, we're dating. Like it was kind of a weird time for both of us.
Yeah.
But
oh my
anyway.
god, would you make an attack so I can sucker punch you already, you fucking flower?
No,
Jesus Christ. I have to stockpile 4 times. Anyway, continue.
So, Zach and I were dating, but no one knew that we were dating.
Yeah.
And I walked into the common room on our floor and saw some of his friends, who I now know as friends with myself.
Yeah.
In the common room, playing Magic. And I walked up with my Magic cards and went, "Hey, so I'm kind of wanting to learn Magic." And let me tell you.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you. The reaction was the funniest thing on earth.
That is like a Magic player's favorite fucking phrase to hear.
So they knew who I was because I was in the club that Zach was in. But holy shit, the group swarmed. They grabbed my deck. They separated all of the cards. And they started trying to, like, figure out, okay, so if you're building this deck, you gotta figure it out like this. And they spent, like, an hour on just looking through all my fucking cards, just trying to put together a deck and what we had. And then Zach walks in after, like, his class or something. He walks in, he's just like, oh god, what have you done?
You triggered their nerd mode.
Oh my god, it was hysterical.
You flipped a switch. There's nothing more exciting to a Magic player than teaching other people how to play Magic.
Oh my god, it was such a disaster though. Like, what they were trying to explain to me made no sense.
Oh yeah, no. The other thing about Magic players is that they suck at teaching people how to play Magic.
Seriously!
It's really bad.
Oh my god, nothing anyone says ever makes sense.
Yeah, I had to learn how to play the hard way because, like, all my friends were like, they would teach me they taught me the basics, and that was fine. And then they just threw me into the fucking deep end, and I just lost a bunch of games until I figured shit out.
Yeah!
But, like, it's so true that, like, it took me several games before my friend was like, why aren't you countering anything with your counter deck? And I was like, what? And he's like, you can counter spells. And I'm like, yeah, I know I can counter spells, but you're not casting any spells. You're only, like, playing creatures or whatever. And he goes, that's a spell! And I'm like, what?
The most confusing thing about Magic.
Yeah, everything's a fucking spell, except land.
Oh my god.
And that's something that everyone always forgets to tell you.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Yeah, Magic's wild.
If I remember right, I think it was like Return to Ravnica or something, Shaggy. I got a box. I think that was around. I don't remember. Oh, what did the back of the Magic card look like? Oh, the back of it. I mean, they all look the same. It hasn't changed since like the 90s. I don't think.
Yeah,
the back of
the
the
same
card.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the dual cards or whatever, the ones that have double sides. The double side Magic card to confuse all shop owners.
Yeah. I know. I was putting an order together, and I got so confused because there was a card in the, like, big order that we do.
Yeah.
And I put it down, like, a downside so that it would be in order when I flipped it back around, so I would put the cards upside down in a pile.
Yeah. You're like, why is this one upside, like, not upside down? Or...
So then I would, like, pick up a card and put it face down and look down and be like, that's not what I was expecting. Like, it's an actual card.
Oh, there's another side to this one.
I had to, like, turn it back around and be like, yep, same card. And put it
just had to make sure. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's always so surprising. Like,
I mean, like,
that's not brown.
that always messes with me too, like when I'm organizing cards or.
Hey, Domino. Oh my god, dude.
So there's a new set. Not the newest set. It was Zendikar Rising, I think was the set.
Yes.
And they had some double cards in there.
Okay.
And some of them are land on one side and a different land on the other side.
What, really?
And so I got one, And it was like, tap for green, or do the thing on the other side of the card. And it was like, okay, what's on the other side? And it's like, tap for red, or do the thing on the other side of the card. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I might see the cards, honestly. I haven't been reading the cards, so I have no idea.
Like, which side's the front side?
Yeah, what is the front side?
It's,
I don't know what...
you can tell what the front side is because it has this little logo in the corner that tells you it's the front side, but only if you know that's what it means.
Yeah, I know that a lot of the double like spells and stuff will the border will be different. Like the card border will be like a darker color or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the lands. I have no idea about the lands. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the same idea.
I know what the front is. I only know this because the name of the card is on TCG is always the front side of the card. So
it's like if you can't find the back side, that's probably why.
Yeah. Yeah, Magic cards are like orange brown color with the logo of Magic on the back with like, do they have the 5 like symbols on the back?
Yeah, I think they do. I could take a look real quick, but because I've got my Magic cards right next to me because they're like in my bookshelf next to my computer. So,
oh, okay. Yeah, mine are right out of reach.
Let's see if I can describe it. Yeah, so it says Magic the Gathering. It's got the 5 colors. And it says Deckmaster on the bottom. But yeah, it's just a brown fucking. It's like a circle. Yeah. A circle of the 5 colors and things like that. You can just Google it too. I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah.
My box.
Oh no.
No, it's these newer like boxes that come with certain things or whatever. The tops of them like keep falling apart for me. I don't know why. Like,
oh yeah,
it's so weird. Like, so
honestly, Magic has been cheaper lately.
Yeah, I don't think they're making as much money as they used to.
The quality has definitely dropped.
Yeah.
Like literally, there was one time I picked up a card to sell. And I literally went to Zach and went, "Is this card real?" It just felt so papery.
Yeah.
And like thin.
I think that happened in the last few years. I think is that like the cardboard that they use for the cards is cheaper now or something like that. Like
yeah, so I literally like handed him and I was like, "Is this a real card?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Get used to that.
I know.
Get used to that feeling. I'm gonna be dealing with it a lot.
It threw me off. Yeah, because I was looking at the card and it was just in the bulk, so I was really confused. But then I looked at it and went, "Oh, it says M20. That's why.
Yeah.
It's a new card." Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Magic players complaining about that lately.
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely the quality is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I assume it's just easier to like bend or whatever now, or like I don't know. I mean, people find so much to complain about with Magic card quality.
True.
So like I can never tell what's a legitimate complaint or not.
Yeah. The only problem that I had with it was that it just felt so different that I literally was wondering if it was fake. Like it just felt way different than any of the older cards that I was used to handling.
Shaggy,
so, like,
if you wanted to play Magic without spending any money, you can get Magic Arena. It's like a free computer game you download, and like, I mean, you can spend money to get more cards, but like the base game is free. And
I didn't even know that it was F2P, honestly.
No, it is. Yeah, the actual game is free to play. It's you can just no, I think okay. So there's 2 things. There's the older one, which is Magic Online.
Yeah.
That was their older product that you had to buy cards to play.
Yeah.
But the new one, Magic Arena, is like it's just a video game. It's a free-to-play video game. There's like the newer sets are on there. You can build a deck. It's a lot like Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're actually thinking, yeah, we are. Oh yeah, it does look a lot like Hearthstone. I saw. I was watching like Best of Game Grumps the other day.
Did they play Hearthstone?
And they were playing Magic Arena.
Oh yeah,
but
I forgot. Like Aaron actually plays Magic.
Yeah, I thought it was Hearthstone. It looked exactly the same.
It's a very similar aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah, I was squinting at it like, wait a second, that is Magic, isn't it? Like the cards were Magic cards. I was like, that's not Hearthstone.
Yeah, I played Magic Arena for a little while. I did end up spending a little bit of money on it, but
yeah, that's actually one of the reasons. That's one of the things that people are wondering is if Magic is going cheaper with the cardboard because they want Arena to like be more successful.
I don't know. That seems like a conspiracy.
Yeah, it is.
I don't see the logic in that one.
But they are definitely trying to push like Arena.
Oh yeah, like there's ads and stuff for it and everything.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like the servers are pretty good, and since you don't have to actually talk to people, the people are great because there's no words. Yeah. It's just literally like, your opponent plays this card, you play this card, and then like...
Oh, there's no like chat?
There's no, as far as I know, there's no chat. They might have added one at some point, but like, the game does all the calculations and everything for you, so...
Right.
It's not like Magic Online, where it's kind of an older system, and the cards that they add to Arena are only the newer cards. So like, so it's all programmed to have all the like things like set up already. So like when you play this card, XYZ things happen or whatever. So it's a lot easier to follow. It's also a great way of just learning how to play the game.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
The reason I stopped playing is because I just kept getting my ass kicked constantly. But when you're totally. Because like there's ranked mode and then there's like random free to play mode or whatever. Yep. And so in ranked I'd always lose. Yeah. Except for like the first couple of ranks, where like, you know, you're playing against other people who've probably never played the fucking game before, and so you win. You get like from rank 25 to like rank 22 or so, and that's when I just get my ass kicked constantly. And because I'm in such a low rank, it doesn't go down again. So so it just gets stuck. Because like it doesn't lower your rank if you lose until like rank 20 or something. So I'm just at a point where like, man, everyone's just beating me up.
Yeah, I get it.
But I really love doing the drafts and stuff on there. Those are always fun, and you get to keep the cards that you pull afterwards. Unfortunately, the most fun part is the draft, and you do have to play the regular game to earn the coins to do the draft or whatever. So unless you want to pay real money. True. So that's the annoying thing about it. But
Pokemon TCG Online is very similar to like Magic Arena.
Yeah.
But it's been around a lot longer.
Yeah, I played it a bit on my laptop a while back, when it like first came out.
Yeah, I was way more active on it years ago. I'm way far behind now.
Yeah, it was pretty fun when it first came out. I just like lost interest.
Yeah, like I just kind of well, I got through all of the single player stuff, and they were like, "Great, now play real people," and I was like, "No thanks."
No, thank you. I was honestly just trying to relive my childhood playing that PC game that we had with the 2 decks, and that was it.
Oh my god, I remember that.
It was like the Misty like water type deck and like the Brock like fighting and rock type deck, I think, were the 2, and then that was it. It was just that deck versus the other deck.
Oh my god.
That was it. That was all we had when we were kids. Back in my day, we had 2 decks and we were happy.
Do you remember those Pokemon CD games that were like super small CDs, and we had to very carefully place it in like the middle of the CD rack, and it had like an Eevee on it, and you would plug it in, and it just had like a random like Eevee minigame in it? Do you remember those?
I feel like you're making that up.
No, I had to actually see what it's called, because they were like really small CDs. Like they were built for like, I think, floppy disks or something. They were really small.
Old school.
Like they were really small. I'm assuming I'm not the only millennial to ask this question, so hold on.
What were the fucking small ass CDs that Pokemon used to have? The McDonald's fucking toys.
Yeah, they like came with something. Were they Poke-ROMs? Hold on. I think they were Poke-ROMs.
What the fuck's a
because
Poke-ROM?
They were CD-ROMs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god, we had like an Eevee one. Was it Eevee? Yeah, I think we had an Eevee one, and I think we had one other one. But I remember Eevee because I was obsessed with Eevee. They were mini discs. Were they cut off on the edge? I don't even remember. But, They were very small, and we had to, like, very carefully play. You were extremely young, so I'm not surprised that you don't remember
Like less than 5 or something.
Yeah, they were released in the year 2000.
Okay, so I was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not remember this.
I don't even remember the game itself. I just remember having, like, the CD.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out, because I don't think we just bought them. I think they came with something. I didn't.
Like the way you described it, it sounds like the kind of thing that'll come in a McDonald's fucking Happy Meal.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Like those crappy, like fucking Sonic, like little Game Boy-esque things. You remember those?
Oh, totally. Yeah. They were. It was created by the Learning Company.
Yeah, it was basically like the fucking Mr. Game & Watch, but Sonic.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember
like
those.
It was. Oh, look, the Museum of Obsolete Media. That's a website.
I feel like that should be a website. Hey, I misplaced my floppy disk from 1980.
Yeah,
Can you tell me what the fuck this is?
Obsolete Media. Oh my god. Business card size CD-ROMs. Made by the Learning Company. Ran on Windows 95 and 98. Oh yeah, that ages me.
Yeah, Spacey's the older sibling by a couple of years.
Oh my god. Other mini CD-ROM collectible series were introduced. Yeah, they had to be in the spindle type CD-ROM that like circled it or it wouldn't work.
I remember in science class in middle school, my teacher brought in a fucking laser disc and was like,
oh my goodness.
I think before he did it, he was like, I'm going to introduce you to a dinosaur. And everyone's like, cool! And then he just takes out the fucking laser disc and like the laser disc player with like the projector or whatever. And he was like, this is something you've probably never seen before. And we were all like, yeah. that's true. No idea what the fuck that is. And like literally it was a giant CD.
Yeah.
And halfway through the movie, you would have to flip it over to the other side.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. I remember that existing. It was kind of like a VHS tape.
Yeah,
where you'd have to turn the VHS
like,
tape
what
around.
The fuck is, like, this isn't real. No way this could possibly exist. This is fucking bullshit.
we had to do that with VHS tapes.
I don't remember doing it with VHS.
We had to turn the VHS tape around.
Oh, you know what? I do actually remember that.
Yeah. With, like, home videos and stuff. If you wanted to record more on the VHS, you could turn it around and record more.
I guess like the other side of the film was empty or whatever. So you...
Yeah, right.
Because because if I remember, VHS tapes had actual film. Yes. Inside, and it was like those little like reels.
yeah, the little reel. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
But yeah,
honestly,
that's how old we are. We had VHSs growing up.
Yeah, I have maybe 5 memories. Like, I could probably count the number of memories I have on one hand from my childhood before I turned 10. Like, literally, actually, I still struggle with teenager years, too.
I remember more about my kid years than I do, like, late middle school, I guess. Like, I kind of blocked out a lot of middle school, but,
Yeah, who doesn't?
I feel like everyone should block out a lot. I think that's how you live a healthy life, is just blocking out middle school memories. Unless they're funny, you can keep those.
Yeah,
like my first crush, oh my god. The girl that had nothing in common with me, but she was pretty, so.
Yep.
Talk about cringe.
I think you showed me the girl at some point, and I went, yeah.
Oh, like years later, like.
Yeah, years later, not while it was happening.
I think the funniest thing that happened to me involving that crush was that I decided to confide in one of my friends, and another friend overheard like half of the conversation.
No.
They only overheard half the conversation, so they heard.
Oh, I remember.
So they heard the girl's name. They didn't hear who said they had the crush on it. So my friend took the fall for me. He was like, "Oh yeah, that was me. I have the crush." And at the time, I was like, "Wow, what a good friend, taking on my embarrassment." You know. And then like a year later, he came out as gay.
Yeah, that was the year where he was trying to.
Yeah, he was like trying to hide. Like he was trying so hard to like hide it from everybody that he was like, oh my god, I love girls and their girl parts.
Yeah.
Like looking back, I'm like, yeah, he tried too hard on that one. But at the time, he had me fooled.
Yep, he sure did.
Because I was a fucking idiot.
Because I remember you told us, he came out as gay, and we were like, yeah.
It's like the guy, he was always talking about liking girls and their boobs and stuff. I can't believe he's gay. And everyone else is like, yeah, we all saw that coming.
We saw that coming.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what he's up to these days. We kind of lost touch halfway through high school, but
right,
he was a good friend at the time anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He might have had a crush on me, I have no idea. The reason I say that is because, like, I think things got a little weird between us in high school, and I never found out why.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, like, it's entirely possible that he just didn't know how to tell me, because he knew I was straight.
Yeah. That's always awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens.
I do remember, do you remember Ask FM?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in high school, I got the run. I had Ask FM for like a year or so, and I mostly got awkward high schooler questions or friends just trolling me.
Yeah.
And so like, one of them was just like, what would you say if a man came up to you and said that they had a crush on you? And I was just like, I mean, I'd be flattered, but I wouldn't date them. And like, I always had a hunch that somebody I knew was gay and wanted to date me, and it was just kind of airing out to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunate.
Like, I'm not gonna change my sexual orientation for you, but
no, yeah. You can't. Well, you can, but you can't. Like
I will take the compliment anyway.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It would be worse to like try to go along with it.
Yeah. No way.
Because you're just kind of wasting their time at that point.
Wasting each other's time with something we know isn't gonna fucking work.
Uh-huh.
It can change naturally, which is something I had to have someone explain to me in college.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, that sounds fake.
Well, it could be changing, but it could also be like you didn't really notice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, like I knew someone who they studied a lot about sexuality and gender identity and stuff.
Yep.
And so they were explaining to me, like, yeah, this is a thing that can happen. You could just, like, be gay and then be straight later. Like, you could just literally just fucking, like, at some point in your life, there's a switch that flips or something.
I don't know if I don't know if I would agree with the switch flipping, but it's definitely a spectrum.
Like, it's something that just happens over time or whatever, you know? It's just like, and it's just like, that sounds like such bullshit, but you would know more than I do, so.
I was definitely one of those people who grew up like, oh yeah, you know, if I was gay at any level, I would just accept it because, you know, I always grew up in such an accepting
It's true. I say the same thing. I was like, yeah.
That I was like, if I wasn't completely straight, I would totally just like know and accept it and not try to deny it or whatever. Like, there's absolutely no reason. And now I'm like 27 and going like, okay, maybe I'm like a little gay.
Shaggy's not letting go of Mimi from The Sims. Who's a girl, by the way, so I'm not really sure where the gay's coming from.
Yeah.
A girl piece of data.
Right. But, I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not 100% straight. Whoops.
Just kidding. I just never considered girls before.
Yeah, it's one of those things where even with all the acceptance in the universe, that doesn't change your own, like, heteronormative mind. Like, I literally...
Yeah, I mean, like if you find guys attractive and you grow up, like, you know, like, that's everything you see or whatever, you're just like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess this is what I went to or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same for me, like with girls. I mean, I am. Yeah. I'm not. I'm pretty much 100% straight. But,
right. Yeah.
And the reason I know that is because I've never once thought about having sex with a guy.
Well, see, that's what made it so weird for me because I'm ace.
Yeah.
So it's not like I could just sit there and try
like
to
I never
imagine.
have any guy fantasies or anything. Like
Yeah, I don't have any fantasies.
yeah, all right.
So yeah, it's not one of those things.
I never
where
had
I
any
could just
crushes
be like, you know,
on guys or anything. And I think
Right,
now that I'm
yeah.
25, I feel like just statistically speaking, when I'm 0 and 100, one side over the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I
No,
can make
yeah.
the call.
And that's like totally fine. Yeah, you could be 100% straight.
Yeah, I'm
it's
pretty
fine.
sure at this point I can say it.
Yeah.
I probably,
So-
if I was 99% at this point, I probably would have met at least one guy that would have been like, I want his dick.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Yeah, that's what always made it so confusing for me because like again, like I don't really it's not I can't think about it that way because I don't feel that way with anybody.
I did have some confusion a little bit before I was diagnosed with social anxiety. And then I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm not actually crushing on that guy. I just think he looks scary.
Yeah.
Like those guys who like stare at you right in the eyes when they're talking to you. I'm like, this is an intimidating human.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
And so for a little while, I was like, am I like a little gay?
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling similar to the anxiety I get looking at girls I like or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it's just anxiety.
Nope, it's just eye contact. Yeah.
Nope, just eye contact.
Eye contact is hard.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, I think it is just more possible for girls to be a little bi.
Well, I mean, girls are just better, so.
Girls are just way prettier.
Yeah.
Like,
if guys actually gave half a shit about their appearance.
yeah, guys don't give a single shit about their appearance. They like brush their hair. And
yeah, like you look
they're,
at
the hottest thing
any
ever.
fucking like award show, and you see all the girls. They're
look
all
the
wearing
same.
these like beautiful fucking dresses and makeup
Yeah.
and like jewelry and shit, and the guys are all wearing the identical tuxes.
Identical tuxes.
And they're all hanging out. They all got the same like one hand out holding their drink.
Yeah, they all look
They're all
the same.
their posture is all the same or whatever. It's so funny.
It's true.
There's actually
so
there's a
true.
BoJack Horseman joke about it that's like in the background. It's easy to miss. But there's a scene where BoJack Horseman is nominated for a like an Oscar-esque award. I forget if it's an Oscar or like something like an Oscar, but like they show the other 4 nominees, and they're like fake actor names like that are very like instead of Matt Damon, it's like Mitt Darman or some shit like. So like that's the joke you're probably gonna notice, but like somebody screen capped and like the 4 other nominees were all literally the same body type and face and just had different hair.
Yeah, that's true.
They all were like they were all in the exact same position and everything in the same clothes.
Oh my god, it's so true.
And then the 5th one was a talking horse, but
Oh, totally.
yeah, but because he's the main character of the show, but
ClearPearl does
do I
not.
care? Well, okay, I cared a little bit
kind
to
of do.
finally get rid of my acne. But that's about it. That's all I've really like. I shower. I brush my hair.
You shower and you brush your hair.
Yeah.
I wish Zach brushed his fucking hair.
I mean, like, this quarantine has had me showering less than usual, and
Yeah.
I noticed that, like, if I don't wash my hair, it starts getting tangled.
Yep. I have been going through the same exact thing.
Yeah, and so I was like...
Because when I had a job, I would brush my hair before leaving the house and leave.
Yeah.
Now that I don't leave the house, I have no reason to go into my bathroom and brush my hair.
Yeah, so then I found out, like, oh, turns out, brushing your hair is actually helpful for more than just appearance's sake.
Yes, it makes it so you don't have to cut all your hair off because
Yeah.
there's knots everywhere. It's
Like,
the
I
worst.
started brushing my hair every day since, just because of that one fucking knot that showed up, and was like, I had to, like, rip it off my head. It was just like...
Yeah.
It wasn't coming out. It was so stuck.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, gender norms, so, it's so funny, there's a lot of things that, where I appear as if I have, like, the pants, quote-unquote, in the relationship, and where I'm, like, the tough, strong one, and Zach is, like, the meek, like, super friendly one. Like, there's a lot of, like, gender stereotypes where, like, eyes just appear stronger than he does.
How I Met Your Mother would describe it as the reacher and the settler.
Yeah.
That's how they described it. Every relationship has a reacher and a settler.
Yeah, but like there's so many facets to the relationship.
Oh yeah, no, it's ridiculous to actually think that, but
oh, totally, yeah. But it's so funny because there are times where I try to convince Zach to brush his hair, and I say, if you brush your hair every single day, after you get all the knots out, you won't have to deal with knots anymore. And he goes, yeah, but it hurts. And
it does, it sucks! I had the one fucking knot in my hair, and I was like, this is the worst.
So you know what? I was the one standing in the bathroom in front of the mirror, ripping knots out of my goddamn hair, like crying because of the yanking on my head. And I'm just like, I will get this knot. I yanked it out with all the fucking power of my being fearless.
I mean, I remember when you were a kid and Mom kept trying to rip out all the fucking knots in your hair, and you are having a not so good time with it.
I was not having it as a kid because I was the same way as a kid where I was like, I don't want to experience the pain that is getting my hair brushed.
And I was like, you look ridiculous. I'm getting the knots out of your hair.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think I'm neglecting you.
Yeah. A couple times she actually brought me to the fucking salon and like got my hair cut short. Because I refused to get my hair.
Like, you have two options.
To get my hair. Yeah, it was either sit there and deal with the pain to get the knots out, or cut all your hair off.
Yeah,
happened a couple times, I believe. Because it got to the point where the knots were literally just so matted that she couldn't get them out. It was horrible. And because I didn't want my hair brushed ever, it would just keep getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah,
it was bad. So that's why I had short hair. I always forgot because I was looking I found an elementary school yearbook. I think it was like second grade or something, or third grade, and I looked and I was like, why? I don't remember my hair being that short. And I would like see pictures.
There's probably a reason
where my hair was really short, and after a while I was like, oh, maybe it was one of those times where I had to get my hair cut short. I think
around
matted.
4th grade or so, you might be able to pinpoint the time when I thought it would be a good idea to cut my own hair without telling anyone.
I don't remember that at all.
It was literally in the middle of class, which was the funniest thing. Like nobody
fucking took out scissors.
Yeah, like nobody fucking stopped me.
Oh my God.
The teacher was busy teaching the class. All the kids were looking at the teacher, their notes or whatever.
Oh my God.
So I just like looked at the scissors. Was like, I feel like cutting my hair.
What the fuck?
And I literally just cut off my bangs or whatever. And a bunch of hair fell on the floor, and I was like, well, now I have to hide the evidence. So I took the hair that fell on the floor and put it in the trash. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's noticing anything. And then, I get home, and my mom's like, what the fuck did you do? I just felt like I just had the fucking impulse to cut my hair, with these scissors on my desk.
I love that teachers will always catch kids on their phones under the desk, but that teacher didn't notice you cutting your bangs off?
Well, I mean, elementary schoolers aren't looking at their phones or whatever, and there was probably some trouble child on the other side of the room they were keeping an eye on. I don't know. I was a pretty harmless kid, so I probably didn't get that much attention. I remember, years ago, I went to it was like a general get together for everyone who had gone to the same elementary school. I think you were in college at the time. And I was like, fuck it, it's down the street. I'll go for a bit, see if I can get some free food or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And I bumped into my 3rd grade teacher, the same one you had in 3rd grade.
Yeah, I remember her.
And I was like, hey, it's me, it's ClearPearl, and she had no recollection of me. But when I said my last name, she was like, well, how's your sister?
I can't believe she remembered me.
Yeah, she knows you. She doesn't fucking know shit about me, but
oh my God.
She remembered you.
That's so funny. Especially since the reason why she, remembered our family was because you were in her class when our dad died.
Yeah.
So,
that's true. That did happen.
You were in her class when that happened, and when she, met our mom and everything, and, I remember when Mom got the job right afterwards, because she had to like rush out and find a job because she was suddenly like, there's no like child support.
Suddenly, I have to be the
now.
breadwinner of the family. Like.
Yeah, so then she came in and told that teacher was walking down the hallway, and we were in daycare, and right outside daycare, like I guess she was picking us up or something, and that teacher said hi or whatever, and our mom was like, yeah, I got the job, and like they hugged each other, and that was so weird to me for me to see as an elementary school
as like
kid.
A kid, like, oh, adults have problems too.
Well, that, and also like that teacher that we had was like the strict teacher.
Oh yeah,
right. Like,
well, I always found her. So here's the thing, like. Even when I was in her class, I didn't really find her that strict. I just knew that she was a no bullshit teacher for when kids would get themselves in trouble.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Like,
I think that's why she liked me.
Yeah, and so like I never had any fucking problems with her, and all my friends are like, "Oh my god, she's so strict, she's the worst." And it's like, maybe you guys just stopped like dicking around all the time.
Yeah, maybe if you guys behaved in your
maybe you like did your homework, she wouldn't get mad at you.
Yeah. But yeah, it was one of those moments where as a kid I was like 10 years old and just seeing like a teacher acting like a normal adult instead of like the teacher.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you run into a teacher.
Oh yeah, like and you're not in class or whatever. You're like, what the fuck?
Like,
I thought you slept in the school building.
Yeah, it's like that exact situation.
Yeah.
And like the fact that like she was nice to my mom and everything. I was like, whoa, what is happening?
The fuck?
I feel like my entire world had already been...
Back in the days when parents and teachers weren't enemies.
Yeah. But yeah, my world had already been like shifted completely upside down at that point. And then I saw that and I was like, what is happening?
I felt bad for the counselor I had in school when
she tried her best.
Because she was trying so hard to get me to open up, and I just like wasn't upset.
You were like 8.
Yeah, I was still in like the denial phase.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, totally.
So she's like, "How are you feeling?" And I'm like, "Hungry."
She tried.
And she just walked over to our mom at one point, and she's like, "Yeah, he's fine."
Yeah, she got a lot more out of me, let me tell you. I was the difficult one. Because 5th grade was not a good time for something like that to happen. Pre-teenage, not a good time. But anyway, have you ever tried brushing each other's hair? Yes. I don't think he's tried brushing my hair. I don't trust him with a brush because he keeps hurting.
You'd rather have Domino with the brush.
Yeah, like I don't trust him with a brush if that's how his hair looks when he uses it.
Need to fix this fucking sad mess on the back of your head.
But I have brushed his hair before. Not very often because he is, again, whiny and in pain and doesn't appreciate it. It makes me feel like I'm brushing a child's hair. Yeah, he's a baby. And that's kind of awkward. Yeah. So,
do you brush Domino, or is his hair too short?
There's no reason to brush Domino.
Yeah, but like, does he like it or anything?
Oh, he loves it. He likes it, I guess. Yeah. He's kind of like a cat, where I put the brush on him and he just keeps moving around to like move it on him. So like I don't even have to do anything.
I know there's no purpose, but it could just like I know like a lot of dogs and cats like the brush.
Yeah.
Because it's better than like a human hand.
Right. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah. No. I know we did that with Lucy. We had one of those hand brushes.
Oh yeah, she loved it.
She loved that thing.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah. But yeah, when I brush Zach's hair, his hair looks exactly like mine. So I know that he is capable. But he just
You're twinsies.
It's a lot of effort. We are the same height.
Yeah. It is funny how similar you two look from the back.
It's the same hair and the same hair color.
Yeah.
But his body shape is much different.
Yes, yeah, so... you two have very different body types.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the hair is similar, and so like from the back, like, are you like related? You just take over from different parents or something.
Yeah, his hair is longer than mine. Yeah, from the back, I wouldn't be surprised. But then you look at our faces, and you're like, whoa,
yeah, okay, yeah,
totally different.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, yeah. I have the Italian face, and he has like I think it's a German face.
Yeah,
it's very common around here. Yeah.
He's the majority in that area.
Yeah, yeah. He does. I wouldn't say. I was about to say he doesn't stand out, but that's not accurate because his hair is down to like his butt.
Yeah.
And he dresses like a total nerd.
Yeah.
So he does stand out a little. He's also very short.
I was helping a friend move a couple weeks ago, and I know I keep saying it, but I keep having relevant conversations. I'm not trying to just brag about being a good friend or anything, but
It's funny. Like all this happened in one day. All right.
No.
Continue.
So. I met one of his other friends that day, and he was the one driving the U-Haul, and so I tagged along just to like, so he'd have a buddy or whatever.
Yeah,
And he was talking about how like he like cut off cigarettes and was on he was doing what's it, vaping instead.
Vaping?
And I think I like made a passing comment like, yeah, like I don't really smoke or anything, but it's like I don't smoke or anything, but you know, like I definitely like get what you're going through, etc. And he just goes like, really, you don't smoke at all? I never would have guessed from and I was like, yeah, I know. I look like a stoner and I talk like a stoner, so I'm probably a stoner.
I have gotten that too. Oh
but
my
yeah,
God,
people always think I'm like constantly high, and I've like never. I had a gummy one time, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like I've never smoked.
I haven't even done that, but I look like a total stoner.
I like barely had an effect when I had the fucking gummy too, and like it was just like, okay, I guess it's just no. And this was in a state where it was legal, so you know.
Yeah.
By the way, NSA, who's listening?
Yeah, so you can't. Yeah. I can't, even if I wanted to.
Everything was above board.
Yep.
Just have to specify that. A whole bunch of new states apparently legalized it in some level during the last election.
That's right. Yeah. Ours did not have that on.
Yeah, it was on a bunch of ballots. I think almost all of them that was on the ballot voted for it, like decriminalization or whatever.
Right.
Because like at this point, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Remove all the people from prison who are arrested for having like a fucking itty bitty bit of weed in their pocket or whatever.
Right. I still stand by that marijuana is the same level as alcohol and cigarettes.
It's true.
The only difference is that alcohol and cigarettes are ingrained in our fucking culture.
The thing is, I would increase the age limit to 25 for weed just because it can affect your brain growth.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about alcohol and cigarettes.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
But that is true. Yeah, but like
the reason why cigarettes are legal at 18 is because of people who go to the military.
Yeah, it's like God forbid you. Like if you're in the military, you're probably going to pick up a smoking habit.
Yeah, like, if people are smoking near you,
although it does actually depend on states. Sometimes it's 21. Like in Massachusetts, I remember.
That's right. They have been changing it. Well, also because we're not in a drafting situation, so it's not like. I
know. I had a friend of a friend he was from Russia.
Oh yeah.
And in Russia, the age of smoking was like I don't know, 14 or some shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even had an age.
Yeah, there is an age, but like it's a who gives a shit age.
Right.
And so he was a smoker. And was so fucking annoyed that he couldn't get any cigarettes at school because in Massachusetts the age was 21. And he was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, bet you got a quick cold turkey.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
you're gonna have to ask a friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that could work too. Yeah, but that would not be easy if you go to college and you're trying to focus on your classwork, but you're like craving a cigarette all the time. That would suck, man.
Yeah, he was definitely very frustrated with that whole situation.
Yeah. A lot of things fuck with your brain growth. A lot of things. Holy crap. You don't eat enough carrots growing up.
Bad eyesight forever.
Bad eyesight forever.
I dub thee with shit eyeballs.
Yeah. It's so funny because like I grew up eating the healthy amount of vegetables. Yeah. And then I became an adult, and my mother stopped cooking.
I know, same exactly. Happens to a lot of us.
I stopped eating.
They call it the freshman 15 for a reason.
I gotta recommend Bird's Eye frozen meals. They have saved me. They are frozen vegetables, and you can just toss it in the microwave without even removing it from the bag.
Oh yeah, we have a similar. I forget what the brand is, but it's a similar thing. Like, you just microwave it in the bag, and then you open it and dump it in your pasta or whatever.
that is how I have been getting my vegetables.
Yeah, it's super convenient.
I have no idea how to cook fresh vegetables. So I tried it one time and fucked it up.
Oh, I mean, whenever I cook, I usually just like dump it in whatever I'm cooking and hope for the best. And it usually works out. Yeah. Like a few weeks ago, I was making pasta and we had baby carrots, and so I just dumped the fucking carrots in with the pasta while it was boiling, and it just kind of worked out. It kind of smelled like soup, but it tasted like soup too. It was just like
No, I tried to boil spinach. And I put too much. They were like, yeah, you need to cook. I think it was oil, and I guess I put too much oil in, and then it just became a soggy, oily mess. And I was like, well, there goes that spinach.
Oh well. Well, see, here's the thing, Shaggy. Yes, there is technically different types of cooking, the pasta and the carrots, but I'm lazy and don't know how to cook things, lazy. And I don't want to look it up, so I just like throw them in, hope for the best, and it worked out. So it's fine. I'm not fucking Gordon Ramsay over here. I'm just making dinner for my mom and I. Like, who cares?
There were a couple
I can switch out armor now. He's done. I was in a groove and realized he was at 70.
But there was actually a time where when we first got the oven, I was actually like gung-ho on cooking because I was so excited that we actually had an oven.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't have to use only the microwave to
survive. That lasts like a day.
For me, it lasted a couple months, actually. And so I learned, I had a pretty good way, an easy way of like making homemade chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good, but now I'm too lazy to do it. So,
yep.
Haven't done that in a while. And also, you know the thing about cooking? You have to use like pots and pans and stuff, and then after you're done eating, you have to clean the pots and the pans.
Yep, that's the worst part. That's the part.
That alone keeps me from cooking.
Yeah. It is. It's really funny. Like the same thing happens with our mom and I. Like when one of us wants to cook, the likelihood that we'll just not bother and order food instead goes up immensely if the pot's in the sink. We're like, this is the fucking worst.
I'll be in the kitchen and I'll be like, what should I make? And if Zach's home, I will go, hello, Zach, can you wash the pot, please, so that we eat something of substantial value?
It's true, because like it's a step that takes like maybe 2 minutes.
It's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, like if you're thorough, it's like 2 minutes basically. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my god, this is fucking horrible. I can't fucking believe this shit.
I don't know what it is about our brains. They're just like, I don't.
We have exactly 1 spoon left tonight, and it's to make dinner. I can't do it. I have to wash this pot.
Oh my god. True. Oh man. Yeah, and I feel like I was talking. I think it was you I was talking about this with, where it was like, you guys can just order out from like a billion different places. No, it wasn't you. I was talking about this with Grady and Kami.
Well, they live in the same area still, right?
20 bajillion. Yeah. They have like 20 bajillion options to order from online, and Grubhub will just bring it to them.
Yep, Grubhub is so fucking useful, dude.
Yeah. And you know, here we have Domino's will deliver to us.
Did you check for Grubhub?
I did not, and I am opting not to, so that I do not depend on Grubhub to survive.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm just curious if anything would show up if you like look.
How do you even like do that? Can you just like Google Grubhub and look up like?
Well, I mean, you would download the app, and it usually like it searches your area for stores that do it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
maybe, but if like they didn't deliver to us before, I'm not so sure.
Well, a lot of this year, a lot of new restaurants are opting into Grubhub.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff showing up that wasn't there before.
Right.
So it's certainly possible. But you're right. You probably shouldn't even bother looking at. I'm just curious personally.
Yeah.
I have Grubhub Plus. I have their subscription service because of how often we use it.
What do you get from a subscription?
I think it's free delivery.
Okay.
So like it's I save money from it. So it's worth it for me because if you order like a couple times a month, it's like it balances out, and we do more than that. So so it's usually worth it.
I know, right, Shaggy? Isn't it great? He's so nice. He's so friendly and brings me food and definitely doesn't like beg me with his eyes for every single bite of Domino's I eat. Like I'll have a pizza at like the lower table in my room, and I'll just I'll be eating a pizza and Domino's face will be right there. Like sniff, 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 sniff. He won't touch it. He won't try to grab it or lick it or anything. He just sniffs from like
he just really likes the smell, man. But have you seen the video? Have you seen the video of there's a pizza box and it's like upright, and like from the back like corner, just a cat paw just comes out into the box. He's like wiggling around like, come on, like, as if they're gonna get anything like that. I don't know what the fuck was going through that cat's head. Like, oh, I'll definitely get a slice of pizza if I shove my paw through here.
Yeah, Domino's really funny now. Kind of annoying, but like, he didn't used to beg, but after enough times of Zach dropping crumbs, Domino has learned that if he sits near us when we're eating, he might get a couple of crumbs off the ground.
Well, yeah, I mean, like fucking vacuum.
Right, so, well, he'll grab them, like, as soon as they fall on the floor. So he, sorry, my throat's kind of feeling weird.
Same, actually. I've been talking for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, he knows he's not supposed to get our food, right?
Yeah.
But he has started begging a little, where he will put his, like, head on my leg and look up at me pathetically, and then he'll, like, try to sniff everything I'm eating. He'll look at me with this pained expression on his face, and I'll say, no. And then he just kind of pouts and, like... He knows no. Every time I say no, he knows what that means. He pouts and just turns away. And then he'll kind of slowly turn back and try again. But as long as he's not trying to grab the food, I don't care. He can sit there and eat all he wants. He can be
a fucking pitiful little dog. But don't you have that like fucking the little like dog fence or whatever?
Oh yeah, this only happens if I eat in my room.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't always eat in the kitchen. Sometimes I'll bring it in.
Because I know he knows he's not supposed to be in the kitchen. Because even when the gate's left open, he doesn't go through.
Yeah, he did.
It's very cute.
He did sneak in recently. Oh. It was out of nowhere. Like,
oh, he's testing his boundaries.
I think Zach went into the shower, and Domino didn't know where he went, so...
Oh, he was looking for him?
He was looking for Zach, because Zach was just in the kitchen, and then he went somewhere else, and then I went into the bathroom, so there was no one around, and
He braved the unknown to find his owner.
I went out, and he, came out from the kitchen, and I was like, why the fuck did you do that? And the only thing I could think of was that he was looking for Zach. And then it happened a second time. I was in the bathroom, and then I heard Zach yell, hey, no, you're not supposed to do that. What are you doing? And I come out, and I see Zach standing in the living room. The door is closed to the kitchen, and Domino is in the kitchen, trapped.
How did he get in there?
So Zach was standing there like, yeah, how are you feeling? How are you feeling now that you're trapped in the place you're not supposed to be in?
Oh,
and, oh my god, Domino's face, he was like, oh no, what did I do? Oh no. So then I was like, ooh, I have an idea. Okay, Zach, come on, we're going to go hang out in the other room for like 30 seconds.
Oh,
so
no.
Left him in the kitchen by himself.
He's gonna pee himself.
So then we went to the other room and we waited for like 30 seconds. And then we went back out, and he was still standing in the same exact place, trying to like looking from the kitchen. And then we let him out, and he hasn't tried ever since.
It's the equivalent of like the parent in the toy store going like, "Okay, we're going now. Guess we'll just leave you here forever."
Yeah, exactly.
The toddler's like, "Oh my god, no!"
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to be here forever.
Yeah, because like Domino did not expect that at all. He thought it would just be open. It's whatever. It's fine. Like, he broke the rule, so that was how we let him know that he broke the rule, and that was like the way to train him, because he very much is a social. He has separation anxiety.
He's a fucking
so
particle.
That's how he learns things.
Yeah.
But yeah, like 30 seconds. Like, Zach was like, we can't keep him in there for that long. I'm like, oh yeah, like 30 seconds is enough.
Give him fucking aneurysm.
It's not like we're gonna fucking leave him there. Like, 30 seconds is long enough to train a dog.
Well, they don't really have good memories anyway.
Exactly, so you kind of have to do it quickly.
Their short-term memory is like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, it's like if you're trying to house train a dog and the dog pees, you have to train him immediately, or he's just gonna not know why you're punishing him.
Yeah.
It's very tough. I'm glad I didn't have to house train Domino.
Yeah, I think that might be like if eventually in my life when I'm not living with my mother and have more control over my life, and I want to get a dog. I think like the main thing I would do would be adopting, just so I don't have to house train the dog.
Well, see, you'll probably still have to house train and adopt a dog. At least for a little bit, because it's a new environment.
Well, no, yeah, I know, but like I don't have to be like, you poop outside.
Yeah.
Not supposed to do that.
It is easier if you get an older dog.
You get a dog that's like a couple years old or whatever, and
yep, it's so funny.
They know they're not supposed to poop inside.
I always say this, but I was looking for a dog that was at least 2 years old, and they still convinced me to get a 1-year-old dog. And that was probably the most challenging first, like, 6 months. Because,
very, very cute pupper.
Or a year. The year, because, like, first he had to get, used to being in the house and learning our rules and everything. He was very difficult. So he was already, like, a hyperactive,
He had even more energy than he does now.
Hard to train dog, because it's hard for him to focus when he's excited.
Yeah.
But then, after 6 months, he hit the dog adolescence age, and decided that he wasn't gonna listen to us anymore.
Like, excuse me.
So we had to retrain him after 6 months.
Under my roof?
Right? Oh, man. Yeah, there's so many things that I've had to do. Like, I think the best advice I've ever gotten from someone else, Zach was telling a friend of his, I think, that, we were adopting a pit bull. And they said, oh, okay, one thing you should do is block off certain areas of your house so that they don't immediately claim everything. Like, that's a way to train a pit bull, is like, a lot of types of dogs will just claim areas and be like, this is mine. And only my
like the couch.
So, yeah.
That's why people say, like, you can't go on the bed, or, like, because, like, they'll just fucking stay there forever.
So we blocked him from the bathroom and the kitchen, and now he just, it helps a lot with, like, making it so he doesn't act like the fucking alpha male, right? Like, yeah. Because there are certain chairs that he has claimed because he gets comfy in them, and he's like, this is mine now, like, you're not allowed on it. If he's not sitting on it, I will sit on the chair, like the cloud circular chair.
Yeah.
If he's not on it and I sit on it, he will suddenly feel the intense desire to sit on the chair that I am on. And he will, like, bat me and whimper at me.
That's not right.
Yeah, so he like claimed the chair.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I buy the chair, or did you buy the chair?
Yeah, right? This is
Who brought the chair into the house again? Was it me? I think it was me.
Man. Yeah. Dogs are so weird sometimes. But yeah, so now that I know that he has that personality, I am glad that I block off certain rooms of the house. Oh, man. Dogs are fun, though.
Fucking Wriggles. Fucking legendary motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, you're halfway. You're halfway there. More than halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
2 left. 2 Pokemon left.
Yeah, one of them is only level 50 though, so it kind of counts as 2.
Yeah. That's fair.
Everything else was around 60.
Yeah.
I don't want to go like further up because then I can't just run back to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, that makes it kind of annoying to train. And also, I don't think changes much.
Yeah. I mean, they're higher levels up there in the... Like, if you go a couple floors up or whatever, they're like around level 50.
Mm-hmm. I was about to ask if you fought Moltres yet, and I think that was Palkia, right?
Yes, there was Palkia, and then I was like, well, I already have a water type.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I fucking blossom ass motherfucker. Hula hoop dancing flower motherfucker.
Blossom's so cute.
Pansy ass flower. Rose violet flower. Sunflower ass flower.
Oh my god.
What's the lose condition in a Nuzlocke? Well, I already lost, but I've just been kind of pretending that didn't happen.
Right.
So if your whole party dies at the same time, you lose. And that happened at like the 4th gym.
Yeah.
And I was just like, let's just pretend that didn't happen, and I kept going.
This time, if ClearPearl loses, it will be over because he's not training 6 new Pokemon.
Yeah, that's not happening.
70.
Yeah, the show will not go on. Regardless of if I win or lose against Red. You saw nothing. Unfortunately, there is still video evidence of me losing. You'll just have to dig for it.
Yeah.
Look for around the first time I fought Morty, because that's the guy who killed me. Morty! I could delete it, but why would I do that? I am a responsible streamer who does not lie to people. Unless I'm playing Among Us. And then I constantly lie. All the streamers yelling, delete the bot. See, like, there's just no point in that. It's there forever. Who cares?
Yeah, it's true.
Might as well own it. I was telling the chat while you were blowing your nose, but I came up with a new name for my random public Among Us character.
Oh man.
So now I've been playing as my dude. and he's got like the dirty janitor outfit and a weird like alien slime on his head. and I basically just do the like the Big Lebowski approach of just like, that's just like your opinion, man. He's like, I think orange is sus. He's like, well, like, that's just like your opinion, man. I often get voted out because of it.
That's hilarious.
Because people find me sus because of the way I'm talking.
Yeah, that makes it great.
It's like, you can't just blame me for no reason, dude. And then I get voted out, and they're like, wait, he wasn't the imposter? I've gotten a lot better at being imposter. I've had random people be like, I had no idea it was you.
Right.
And I was like,
awesome.
Hell yeah, I'm so good at lying when you don't have to hear me talk.
Yeah, that's true. It's much easier.
Well, the thing is, like, also in public...
Oh, shit.
In public rooms, you can also just naturally assume that at least half the server is full of idiots.
Yeah.
So, like, all I do, really, half the time, whenever I'm imposter, is, like, I'll just hang out with another guy for, like, a couple minutes and then be like, oh, that guy's safe. And they'll be like, oh, well, if he thinks I'm safe, that must mean that he's also safe. And we were like, there's no way. He wouldn't say that otherwise, so.
Yeah.
So then they spend the entire rest of the game defending me.
Oh my god.
They're like, I think my dude did it, and I'm like, and the other guy's like, no, he's safe, man. It can't be him.
Yeah.
It's so fucking satisfying when that shit works.
Yeah. Oh my god. I just realized I totally 100% forgot about the Zoom meeting yesterday.
I was wondering where you were. I thought you were just busy or something.
No, I just straight up forgot.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it was just a normal family Zoom meeting. Nothing really crazy happened.
Oh, man.
You didn't miss much.
Wild.
It was our aunt's birthday.
Yeah. That's okay. I was technically busy.
We're trying to schedule a Christmas call.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't heard anything about that yet, so. But, I'm getting a webcam for Christmas, so
yeah.
I will try to set it up before the Zoom call, so I don't have to sit next to my mom during the call. We can have our own space.
Yeah, man, I don't know what I want.
It was easy for me, for mom, because she literally saw a sale going on at your store and was like, "Hey,
right.
ClearPearl, you want this?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And so she called up Zach and went, "Hey, let's make this happen."
Oh my gosh.
And then I had an easy time shopping for mom because I just like went on Amazon and looked up a couple things I know she likes. So
yeah, I've been really bad. I haven't even started. I got one gift for Zach. No one else.
Yeah.
Because I have been dreadfully sick.
Yeah.
For like.
Well, I mean, like
weeks.
it's all Amazon right now. It's not like that's why I ordered early. Is because I know it takes forever for stuff to show up, especially during the holidays.
I've really got to just go on Amazon and buy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's
like, also easy to shop because I only have like 2 people to give gifts to.
Yeah. My friends are still trying to put together that thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
your gift, I'm not even wrapping. I'm just gonna buy you something on Steam.
Yeah, you're easy too. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna do the same thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will have to wrap my fucking gift for mom, but.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's that too.
Oh, Wrinkles is in the yellow. I haven't. Okay. I guess I'll heal.
You could probably pretend to.
Yeah, you can do like a little animation or something.
Yeah.
Have the file inside a box or something.
Yeah. It's like when you open a mystery gift in Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Mystery gifts are all just pleasant little gifts from Nintendo when they feel like being nice. And not making you go to fucking GameStop for the fucking Pokemon. Or, like, putting yourself on a goddamn email to get Zarude or whatever.
Yeah, I literally had to log into my account and be like, what email should I be looking for?
I didn't even realize it was an email thing until after they started distributing them, so...
Yeah, me neither.
So I just don't have one. I think
it's also taking a while. Yeah, you don't have a Trainer Club account?
Oh, I probably have the account because of the last time they did. I feel like... Oh, I know, never mind. That was Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Smash Ultimate, when it was first released, they had people who, like, got it within the first few months. They could get the PD Piranha character for free.
Oh, yeah.
But like they had such issues with distribution that like it took months, and like a whole bunch of people had to like contact them and be like, yeah, I never got it. And I was one of those people. I literally went over to the Nintendo site and was like, hey, it's been a couple weeks, I still don't have my code. And they were like, oh, okay, and then they just gave me a code because like they got like 1,000 other people saying the same shit, so they didn't even fucking argue with me.
Dude, stop batting at me.
I love when Sakurai revealed Piranha Plant. That was such a mood. I was so happy. Oh my god, I can't even describe the fucking laughter that was coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, it was hysterical.
Because I was like, oh my god, so many people are gonna fucking hate this.
Oh my
and
god.
it's going to be hysterical. Like, who's the mystery character? Who's it gonna be? It's a fucking plant. It's some random fucking side enemy from a game that already has like 8 other characters.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way people are gonna like this. Holy shit. That was when I knew Sakurai was just fucking with us at this point.
A plant with no legs, it just hops everywhere.
And then every single DLC character since then has been some random fucking character that nobody would ever expect.
Yeah.
Like, have any of them been Nintendo? I guess ARMS. ARMS is Nintendo.
Yeah.
What else is? Because it was Joker first, and then like I'm blanking on the other ones right
Weren't
now.
there a couple of Fire Emblems?
Oh yes, Byleth was Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And that was the last of the first pack. I know Steve. Steve's Minecraft, which is not Nintendo.
No.
Joker's not Nintendo. Sephiroth is the new announced character. Not Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was there when they announced Steve. I was on the fucking Nintendo Direct, and I was like, this can't be real. This is a joke.
Yeah, DLC fighters. There was also Hero from...
Oh yeah, from Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Well,
Banjo and Kazooie, which is technically Nintendo. No,
well, it was on the N64. It was,
but it was by
Rareware at the time. Now Rare.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't like a first party thing, but so many people wanted it that they just had to.
Yeah.
What else was there?
Okay, so the DLC fighters.
Was Terry one, or was that before the DLC?
Yeah, Terry was one.
Okay, that's.
It was Piranha Plant, Joker, Hero from whatever, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry, Byleth, Min Min, the Arms Girl.
Yeah.
Steve / Alex, and Sephiroth.
Okay.
And then it says there's like 3 left for the moment.
See, here's the thing, Shaggy. I would actually think Sora would be on the list, but they just added Sephiroth, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Do I remember KH2 Final Mix? Of course I remember. I was playing it this morning.
Oh my god.
Because I never got the platinum in it, so I've been going back and finishing that one up. And I just fought Sephiroth in the game this morning.
Wow. Yep. Ow! Stop it!
I do remember the Sephiroth fight.
Batting me hard enough does not change my opinion.
I do remember the Sephiroth fight because it happened like 10 hours ago.
Wow.
And my memory's not that bad. But yes, Cloud and Sephiroth disappear at the end, and Sora's like, oh yeah, they went to their own world maybe, and they're looking for they're finishing he's fighting the darkness or whatever. And yeah, a lot of people have been making that joke. They're like, yeah, so they went from Final Fantasy VII's world to the Kingdom Hearts world, and then they traveled again, and now they're in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Cloud was DLC as well, but it was for the previous Smash Bros. Game. I remember that. Because at the time, that was crazy. Having Cloud in a fucking Smash Bros. Game, what the fuck? And then in Smash Ultimate, every fucking character was just one crazy announcement after another.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All of the new characters, too, other than, like, the Splatoon characters, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Like, what did they add? Like, King K. Rool was something that people have been so excited about and was asking about forever.
Right.
What the fuck? The fucking Piranha Plant. Is kind of DLC, but... oh yeah, the Castlevania characters are also kind of a surprise. Wait, no, sorry. I think the Castlevania ones were in the previous one as well. Or at least one of them. Fucking dog.
Yeah.
In 12 minutes! credits! I can't wait! Oh, the Castlevania ones were new? Okay, alright. Thanks, Shaggy, for verifying that. So that was kind of a weird out of nowhere one. I'm trying to remember what else was new. Cause like I remember most of the actual new characters that were announced were like they were all like fucking crazy, like no one saw it coming type. Other than like the fucking Inklings.
Yeah.
Which is the one that they used to announce the game in the first place. Oh, okay, yeah, the new Pokemon, Incineroar. Incineroar, I guess, was new, and that one's to be understood. Like, that makes sense. I was actually a little annoyed that it was Incineroar and not Decidueye, because I felt like that one would be more fun to play in Smash game.
Yeah. Although archers are kind of weird to play with. In Smash, I would think.
Well, I mean, like, we have Link with the arrow.
Yeah.
And like
Decidueye's like only arrows.
Well, no, his like signature move would be the arrow, but like he would have like wing attack and shit.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like he can hit people. The cool thing about Decidueye would be like his arrow like traps you in place or whatever, so that could open up a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
But they went with the.
It would be nice.
They went with the
Incineroar
punchy
was
Pokemon,
like,
so whatever.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess it's another punchy guy.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. He is based on like a fucking like mucho fucking fighter type wrestler
yeah.
character. Yeah. I feel like they should have done Halucha. That would have been fun. I think Halucha's in what's it called? Pokken? I think it's one of the playable Pokemon. I haven't played Pokken, but Ganondorf finally can actually use his goddamn sword in the newer games. The sword that he's had since Melee and just never fucking used. Like, he had it as, like, a taunt, and he just never actually hit anybody with it. He would just punch people instead. That's a good one. Ganondorf's sword was a new character. Smash. I also love that pretty much all of the announcements for all the new characters in Smash Ultimate were like weirdly dark. Like the announcement for Smash Ultimate that involved the Inklings was their like fucking like PTSD fucking like 1,000-yard stares looking at the Smash Ball orb or whatever.
Oh my god, every single one has been over the top.
Yeah, and then like almost every single one since then, Mario just fucking dies.
Yeah. Mario gets murked.
Mario gets murked a lot in these announcement trailers.
The Sephiroth scene with Sephiroth with the sword looking like it's going through Mario's body went everywhere on the internet.
Well, that was also a reference to a certain other character dying in Final Fantasy VII.
It looks exactly like that. Yeah.
And also a certain other character getting stabbed like that twice. Oh, yes. I do remember the Ridley one where Ridley just fucking stabs Mario, too. Ridley's another... I forgot about Ridley. That was another one people were begging for and finally happened. Everyone just, like, gave up on that one. They were like, Ridley will never happen. And then it fucking happened.
Yeah.
I mean, canonically, Ridley, lost a few size categories, but...
Yeah.
Because he's a boss in Brawl. And he's fucking huge, and then they made him like kind of big, and that's a character.
Yeah, like a little bit. Yeah,
his little mini Ridley. Oh.
Ugh.
What?
I just saw a picture on Twitter of someone replacing Goku's hair and like shaving his hair off, and it's just his entire his skull is just the shape of his hair. So it's like
I've seen people do that joke with I saw people do that joke with Oh, I know. They actually did the joke in The Simpsons with Bart and Lisa.
Oh yeah.
Like they show like their skeletons at one point, and it's literally just like their hair's still there on the skeletons.
Yeah. Dude, 7 minutes. Stop. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's just 7 is forever. That's like 5 ever.
5 ever.
7 minutes? That's like more minutes than there are 5 evers.
Oh, man. Do not trip on the wire, please.
I made the joke the other day when Purplate was streaming. I don't know if you were here for this part, went into chat, but Cat interrupted, and I was like, "Your girlfriend's a lot like Spacey's dog."
Oh yeah, I was there.
She can't just wait like 20 minutes.
Yeah, this dog, I put my hand out and he just jumped on it and is just clinging like on his hind legs. Oh man, what a boy.
I hope she I hope she doesn't know I said that about her during Among Us on Wednesday, but
oh my goodness.
I have confirmed at least enough people to play the game, so we will be doing that on Wednesday. We have quite a few maybes. So in a perfect world, it'll be a great game. Where we might even have 2 imposters if we're lucky, but
yeah.
But I'm guessing it's gonna be like, oh good, 2 different bots with the same fucking message. That's cool. Why being famous? Oh my god!
We double teamed. All right.
Yeah.
I banned one. Shaggy banned the other.
Good work.
That's wild.
We shall punish the sinners.
I was just on Twitter, and then you said that. I was like, wait, what?
Speaking of which, this morning, I guess, well, okay, it was like early afternoon, but the point is, I was playing some Among Us, and I was in a chat, and the host of the server's name was Sans.
Oh,
so
man.
So as an off comment while we're waiting for the match to begin, I just say like, "Hey, Sans, what's it like being in Smash?" And then he banned me. And I was like, I don't know if that was really a bannable offense, but okay.
That's hysterical.
I don't really know why he banned me, but it was the fucking highlight of my day.
Oh my god. That's the best way to get banned. Oh man.
Like, no response, just banned. No Smash jokes in this Christian server.
Oh, I know. He has to go to the bathroom. Well, he can wait for
Yeah,
3
it's like,
minutes.
can he hold it for 4 minutes?
Oh, goodness gracious.
He's got a poopy.
He does. He was rubbing his butt. Don't worry, dude. He's jumping on me now.
Let me out!
Ah! Dude, you're trapping yourself. How did you even do that? Dude. Please move your freaking foot. Can you move it? Come on. Lift your leg up. Dude. No. You're Can you move, please? Thank you. Oh, he ripped it out.
Shaggy's asking if we're going to have a 3-hour-long pizza party on Wednesday because Spacey's not going to show up. Spacey is a hard maybe due to legal speak.
Just kind of not feeling up to it, probably.
Yeah, we'll see.
If anything legal happens, it's not going to happen this week. Like.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, like, emotionally for you to play some Among Us with some people. because there's absolutely zero repercussions to losing Among Us.
I know.
Literally nothing happens.
Or like, do I feel like thinking? Do I feel like actually
You want to play
thinking?
detective for 3 hours? I don't know. You don't. I mean,
Yeah.
if the last Among Us stream is any indication, you don't even really have to think. You can just be like half the people who are like, I was just doing tasks and then someone was dead.
Yeah, I kind of hope I'm never imposter because I just want to do all the tasks.
Honestly, I really do like doing the tasks in Among Us because it's the most cathartic part of the game.
Yeah,
you're like running around like, connect this side to this side, and my brain goes, yay!
Funny story. I actually got all of the achievements in Danganronpa 1 on Steam yesterday.
Wow. I feel like that's impressive.
I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. I always just want to say platinum. Like, I platinumed the game because I'm so used to PS4.
I think it's just 100%, I guess.
I 100% in Danganronpa 1. I had already played Danganronpa 1, like, when it came out several years ago.
So you kind of knew what was going on.
I think it was the reason why I bought a Vita. I bought a Vita to play Danganronpa.
Oh, wow.
So it was a little bit
I thought it was
after
to play
came
Harvest Moon.
No, that was just a bonus.
Okay, you can get more Harvest Moon games.
If that was the case, I would have bought a PSP, because all of the games are on the PSP.
Oh.
But on the Vita, you can download them from the shop. You can download PSP games on the Vita.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, I 100%ed it. It was grindy, but it took like 30-ish hours to do all of it, so it's not too bad. It's no Skyrim or anything.
All right, so actually Skyrim's pretty easy to platinum too.
Yeah.
Skyrim's a little time consuming to platinum, but you can do it. It's not hard.
Yeah, like it's not hard. It's just it takes time.
Yeah, but it is now 7, and before we sign off, I want to congratulate my totally legitimate Nintendo DS for not glitching up for 3 fucking hours.
Yeah, oh my God.
I didn't have to change it at all. It's just the first time this has happened. It was just 3 full hours of content. Holy shit.
Whoa. That's true.
But yeah, okay, so anyway, we will be back tomorrow with something. I will discuss it with Spacey. Probably more Stardew, but we shall see. In the meantime, check us out below. We have our Discord, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube links. They're all down there. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.